we out here. It's time for some transgender tent camping, but first, I made a mistake. Somehow, I don't really know how. There's two, when we signed in at camp, there are two things that they give you. One to put on your car and one to put on your site that confirm that you're at that site. Hold on, check this out. Babbling ass brook. That's what it is. Alright. I'm actually just going to keep it facing forward for the start of this video until people start showing up. Because right now this is just a VOD. There's literally nobody watching me. I'm out here. I don't know if I want to say where we are because we plan to be here for a couple nights. But, you know, maybe it could be sleuthed out if somebody really was trying to pull up Eric July style, you know? But, anyway, I was handed the pieces of paper, the two pieces of paper, one of which goes on the car and one of which goes on the campsite, which, you know, indicate that you are allowed to be there. And I think I had at one point set them on top of the car while I was waiting for Bird to finish using the bathroom. Then when he came out, I scooped them off the hood of the car, or the top of the car rather, and, you know, sat down. And then at some point during the drive, I took the thing that you put in the window, or in the dash, and I put it there. But I don't remember what, if anything, I did with the blue tag that I meant to have on my campsite. And, you know, we got to the campsite. I searched all over. This is the Blair Witch Project for the perspective of the witch. That's really fucking funny. Yes, it's the Golden Witch Project. I don't know Blair. Never met that bitch. But Trixie Goldie Witch is here. I'm a huge fan. OMG, hi, hello. Hi. Glad to have you here. Huge fans are always welcome. Anyway, I got to this campsite. I realized, nowhere in the car or in my purse or anywhere around do I seem to have this fucking tag I'm supposed to be putting on my campsite. And Bird's like, look, I'm gonna go buy firewood. So, you know, you should go deal with that. So that's what I'm on my way to do. I've almost made it down to the camp office again. I'm actually coming upon it at the moment. And so either this blue tag is just sitting on the ground out here and it fell from my hand when I was getting into the car, or it has been swept away or scooped up in some fashion, and so I will have to go inside and get it, a new one. Or possibly it is in the car in a place I didn't find it, but I really looked, so I don't know. My best bet seems to be that it would be on the ground out here, or otherwise I'm just gonna have to get a new one. I'm finding myself in the place. Oh, I see it. I fucking see it. I fucking see it. I see it, like that eyes everywhere guy. When he saw that other guy, what that other guy inside of him was doing, when he was like, I fucking see what you're doing. Yes. Perfect. Yeah, I'll cover up the information, but I'll show you. So this is what I was looking for. I had to walk about a solid, it's only like a 5-minute walk. But I had to walk back to the camp office because I dropped this on my way into the car. So, luckily it hadn't moved or anything. Let's go ahead and put that in a zipped pocket. We did it, gang. We're only 4.5 minutes into the stream and I've already massively made an accomplishment. So I'd say this is a stream off to a good start. The only thing that could make it better would be if super chat started raining on me with rant requests of things to talk about as I walk back to my campsite. I already set up my tent because last time I tried to record myself doing all that, it was kind of a pain in the ass. And quite frankly, I didn't feel the relief of knowing where that thing was yet. I hope Bird's watching this. I hope he sees that I got the thing. Because if not, I gotta really text him. I'll just, you know what? I'm just gonna text him anyway. So if I get like, if my camera gets jumpy for a second, it's because I'm texting Bird. All right, I texted him, got the thing. Hey Trixie, what was the name of that Madoka Magica video you were watching on the all-night stream? It was like visual storytelling, PMMM, something like that. God, I don't remember. I mean, you could always open up that stream and just look at it, because I showed the title on screen. Or go to if you just find the part in the video where you can see $100 super chat in the VOD, it's like probably 3 hours in or so. You know, just scrub through and find that $100 super chat, and that will have the information in it. That was enough to find it? Good, good, good. Yeah, that was a pretty good video. It was fun to respond to because I felt like whatever I knew that I felt like he didn't touch on, I could pause and give my thoughts on. And now I know that that video also exists, kind of, you know, like I wouldn't want to have to go through and clip all that because it's so much over the course of like 8 hours. But, you know, it was interesting. It was an interesting experience to basically do a live commentary on someone else's analysis video. And I would definitely be interested in doing more of that, because I've been trying to figure out how to like review YouTube videos my whole career. And it's always been a weird feeling because it's like, I don't want to just shit on other creators out of nowhere, you know, like just because I watched a video and didn't like it. It's different if other people show it to me, either, you know, positively or negatively. But like if somebody's sending me a thing to watch and comment on, then it's like, you know, well, okay, this isn't just me like being like, you know, just using my ego to obliterate somebody else or even to uphold somebody else. I'm like standing for someone, you know. It's like somebody else wants this to happen. Obviously I cannot do that right now. I don't have my laptop. It is actually in the car, so I can potentially do something like that out here. It can't. No, I can't, because it doesn't have Wi-Fi. I can't actually watch videos on the laptop. That's not what I brought it for. Actually, I'm not sure what I brought it for. I think I just thought I would be able to play videos on it, and now I'm realizing that was foolish of me. So it's probably useless, but at the very least, I could do editing on it or something. Probably not gonna happen. Probably gonna be mostly camp streaming for the next 2 nights. We've got tonight and tomorrow night here at camp. Monday, my plan is to work on the Jujutsu Kaisen Eva video probably in the afternoon. I'll probably still be streaming, so on Monday morning, Bird's just gonna go straight to work from camp, and I'm gonna just be fucking around town, you know, with the car until he's off work, and then we'll go home, and then I'll do that other stream. But yeah, so the next couple days is gonna be no at-home streams. It's all gonna be out here in the woods, or other woods, or wherever else we decide to hang out during the couple of days we're here. It's not like we have to stay at camp. We have a car. It's not like we backpacked out into the wilderness and we're stuck there. No. We're gonna roast weenies and make s'mores. No, Bird's getting a pizza because we have stuff we're planning to cook, but I think he got too frustrated by by the fact that the first place he went for firewood, so they told us at the camp office there's like a 7-Eleven nearby that has firewood. And he goes to the 7-Eleven and he said they had one bundle that had clearly been broken open and had parts taken from it. So he went somewhere else and he ordered a pizza in the process. So I'm thinking he's gonna show up with a pizza. He's gonna join in on the live stream. We're gonna start a fire pretty much right away. And then we'll probably just have the camera on the fire while we talk to it. We did that, like, I think the second stream we did this style, because the first stream we did was, either the second or third. I don't remember if I restarted between, because there was the one where we were, maybe it was the very first one. Yeah, okay, it was the first stream, because it started with us having to put a tire back on the car. It started with Bird replacing the tire, and then we went to camp, and then we started up a bonfire. And once we had the bonfire going, or not a bonfire, but a campfire. Once we had the campfire going, and we were just showing the campfire and talking to the camera, was when we started making a lot of super chat money. So I want to test this theory again. I want to know if fire equals money. You know, I want to know if people just scrolling through their shit and then they see a fire, they're like, ooh, fire. Ooh, gotta throw money in the fire. I love burning my money. See, I'm Golden Witch Fire, so you can always throw your money into the fire that is me, but I'm only a symbolic fire. A real fire is different. You know, it's real tempting. Yeah, the Hampton Roads area definitely does not have bears. We're nowhere near the mountains. We're in the flattest place in the country, pretty much. Like, me going up this little slope is like the highest elevation I will probably reach in the whole fucking eastern seaboard of Virginia. It's mostly a swamp. Most of it's actually kind of underwater. Most of Virginia is like uninhabitable swampland. It's actually like shocking how not built out Virginia is compared to other places that are as old as it is. And it's just because so much of it is just shit land. And I think it's only now that like they're starting to have the technology to reclaim that land, that like they're starting to build out from Hampton Roads for rich people, like. But you can't like farm in a lot of it. It's like there's just too many like rivers and too much water and too much icky swamp and marsh. Gay. Yes, indeed. I'm gaying it up all month. I'm really gonna be putting the LGBTQ plus in LGBTQ plus. You know. I'm going full hog, as they say. Oh boy, there's a massive group camp happening over here. I think there's like some kind of entire children's baseball team having a cookout here. So it's like it's probably the most people I've ever seen camping in one group together. Like, besides that one Chinese wedding we saw at Death Valley, where they fucking did loud-ass karaoke at 10 o'clock at night. That was a wild time. Very, very, very fascinating to behold. Frustrating, but fascinating. Even as my Hampton Roads campus sinks underwater, lol, it's like building out Miami. It's all underwater in 30 years anyways. The Great Dismal Swamp does have bears. I have heard this. Actually, apparently it has a lot of them. Because my dad said that he's talked to people who see them like all the time. I forgot about that. That's like the biggest like fucking just spot of wilderness. I still haven't actually been to the swamp. I've lived near this swamp my whole life practically. And it's a very common, it's just a park that people go to all the time. And we've several times made plans to go down there. And then it like rained us out. It was a very rainy spring. Thankfully, it's finally let up. Like, you know, I know what they say, April showers bring May flowers. That's the one. it's incredibly prominent here. Like, it rained all fucking March and April, and then May it like started off kind of shit, and then it's worked its way to being really nice, and it's finally gotten like hot, you know. Today too hot, honestly, but it is what it is, you know. It's better than when it's like it's better than rainy, you know. I'd rather it be hot than rainy, because at least you can camp in the heat. Hey, somebody named Based came in and said repulsive. You're getting banned. You know why? Because this is a lifted chat. People get lifted here. Being based is old, very old. We get lifted now. So, you know, if you're feeling lifted, you should change your name. And if you're not feeling lifted, you should reconsider your priorities in life. Figure out what you could be doing differently to get that lift. Probably lifting would be a good start. Maybe go lift. Get lifted by lifting. It works for a lot of people, especially guys. Assuming that's what you are. But based on the fact that you spend your time trolling YouTube streams, probably not. At least not spiritually. Base will eventually go full circle to meaning high on cocaine. Yeah, that would be good. That would be fun. That would be based, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Based has gotten it's too diluted in meaning at this point. Nobody really seems to agree on what it is, other than like I'm an edgelord, basically. Like, it's just come to mean like edgy, I guess, which is not at all close to what it started as. You know, I first heard based in the context of Lil B, the based god, and it was basically however close you are to Lil B's unimaginable level of chill and constant productivity. So being based is basically like, you know, being really cool. Basically what Riz is now. You know, being rizzed now is what being based used to be. Now being based is being cringe, which is particularly strange, because for a while based just meant anything that wasn't cringe. Now being based is cringe. It's really weird. But hey, we could forget all of that and lift ourselves above it by getting lifted. That's the new terminology. If you really need an explanation, you should go watch my stream from this morning. I was on a real tear. I was on a real fucking ghetto fabulous, gay as fuck, fucking pride tear like the world has never seen. I was fucking dissing a police funeral live. I was fucking talking about, I was trying to gather the problematic gays. I pitched James Somerton to let me ghostwrite for him and repair his career as a Disney villain. It was a hell of a stream. So if you missed that, go check it out. Bird says be back soon. Cool. I made it to camp, by the way. So here's a bundle of sticks and a shovel. Here's a bundle of sticks arranged in a fire. And what's that? What's that at the heart of it? Could it be an empty jug of flavor blasted goldfish that was going to be used the last time, but we never ended up getting to, so I held on to it all this time since our last time camping so that I could burn it, and yet I buried it so it's barely visible. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, I made justice out of it. Okay, here we've got, I gotta get my fucking wallet out of my pants. Salt and pepper, cooler full of bullshit. Rainfly, not necessary, hopefully, tonight. Bird's fucking massive. Look at massive water jug, massive tongs. There's a grill here we probably won't use. We'll probably just cook over the fire. So we didn't get charcoal and it's expensive, so why would we when we got fire? And here's the tent. As you can see, some of our friends that we met earlier in the night, back when I was folding clothes. Blahaj is here, Grookey's here, these Squishmallows are here, Hello Kitty is here, everybody's asleep, I guess. Ditto Magnemite is there, a Skull Pillow and Eepy Stegosaurus is there. You know, Mexico blanket, sleeping pads, bag of clothes, bag of toiletries. There is a shower here, so yay. Welcome to camp. James is more of a Pixar villain, maybe even DreamWorks. I could see it. I could see either one. Yeah, I could see it. I just think that he would be like very operatic, you know? Like my pitch was that he'd be singing in his head about all his evil deeds, like, they are all so foolish, they know not I do this evil deed of making my videos based on somebody else, you know, like, just all day Hellfire, or like an Ursula song, or like, he gives me the most of like an Ursula / Maleficent vibe, like somewhere between an Ursula and a Maleficent is the James Somerton vibe. But could that be Bird? I see headlights. I see a car approach. No, it's not Bird. It's a white SUV. Very quiet. Maybe it's electric. Looks like a Subaru, maybe? A weird looking Subaru? I don't know. Sounds like Gaston vibes. Hydration, very important indeed. You know what else is very important? Getting super chat rant requests. What y'all want to hear about? We're out in the woods. Let's talk. Who wants to talk about the woods? Who wants to be a woods person with me? I'm hungry. I can't wait for that pizza to get here. I'm excited about eating a slice. Getting sliced up. Slicing it out. Whoa, this is a shot. I don't even remember Bolt well enough to know who the villain was in Bolt. What the fuck did I stare into that my eyes hurt? I feel like I was just looking at the sun. And I don't know why, because I don't think I was looking at the sun. Maybe it's just that maybe it just got way darker and my eyes needed to adjust really hard all of a sudden or something. I have no idea what Missing 411 is, Anonymous, or else I would. But I truly have never heard of it and don't know what you're talking about. I guess if I'm gonna have tent in the title, I should have the tent be in the visual, right? Just so it's like a constant reinforcement of the concept. Transgender tent camping. So you get exactly what you came for. I feel like that kind of immediate transmission is necessary for shorts. What you doing? Tent camping. Wait, read the, I just went over this. The title. I think it's right there. I don't know because it doesn't show on my end, but I think for you it should say transgender tent camping here or something. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I thought that's how it works. But there's the tent. Ooh, the north face. And there's the woods. Oh, Virginia. It's a theory invented by a guy named David Paulides about people that go missing in forests and national parks. I'll bury some money one of these days and you can research it. Well, yeah, I would research it, but I can't do it now. But it sounds interesting. I've never gone missing in the woods, and I don't plan to. I'm gonna open a beer. Shout out to St. George, the cheapest local brewery. Bird's got a whole ass membership there. Hey. Their beers are kind of mid, but they are very cheap. And that's what really matters. Some of them are pretty alright. You should try smoking some of these intoxicating hemp products. Intoxicating hemp. It's a funny word. I've got a few. Got caught up talking to dudes at the bar getting camping recommendations. Be there in 10. Amazing. What bar? Bird said I'm going to Kroger and to get a pizza. Somehow a bar got involved. Here's your intoxicating hemp product placement. The pizza bar, obviously. Oh, it's a pizza place that has a bar. Oh, you went to that place. Right. I forgot we were in that territory. That explains why you wanted pizza. They're really good. How could I forget? Burn the coil with that hit. No, I don't even think this one burns very steady and slow, but I hit it very long because I wanted to get a really good hit just now, and I did. Jeremy's poking. That's funny. I've never seen that before. Do not encourage her to hit the weed vape incorrectly. It's true. Massachusetts banned flavored vape, which means my options are menthol and sadness. That sucks. Massachusetts. So just both of them, or like, is it that a city? It's probably a city, right? Oh, you said Taxachusetts. That's a nickname for Massachusetts, I guess, because they tax you a lot. Is that what it is? I wouldn't have thought of. Oh wait. I'm confusing Mississippi and Massachusetts in my head right now because I read that as Texachusetts and then convinced myself that was like one of those Texas border cities, but it was in Mississippi, so therefore Texasippi. But then I realized you actually said Taxachusetts, which makes a lot more sense as somebody who has lived in Taxachusetts. And now I've got a fucking Elvis song in my head. If you don't know the Elvis song Massachusetts, I highly recommend it, especially if you live there. It's one of the funniest comedy songs I've ever heard in my life. And you gotta listen to the whole thing, all the way through. Set up a fire, I did. Check this out. Look at that. Look at that butte. All ready to go. And it's got the, that goldfish box in the middle of it so that it can really just go up. What the fox say? Yip, 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 yip. I never made an analysis video about that song, which was a huge mistake. There was a period where, like, when I was... I keep losing connection. Yeah, the connection's pretty spotty out here. Am I back? I'm seeing F's and sadness in the chat, and I don't know if that's because of something that happened before. Did you hear me say the thing that... Did you hear me read Bird's chat about the Massachusetts license plate? And he blasted the song Massachusetts by the Elvis for 15 minutes? Did you hear that part? Oh, damn. Alright. Well, that's a thing that happened. What I was gonna say, what I was gonna talk about is skinwalkers are interfering with the signals, be careful. I just realized I don't think I brought the lantern. I brought flashlights, but I didn't bring the lantern. Which I think is... I think it's in the backyard somewhere. In the car. Could just be in the car. But I feel like the last time I used it was during a live stream. But we might have... I don't remember. Get the fire started. Gets back. He just told me to set up a fire. He didn't say to start the fire. Anyway, what I was going to talk about is there was a period of time when I was first starting anime content where I wanted just like culturally relevant stuff, like anything that kind of was a meme, like how I did with the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef, like just anything that was happening. So I did one for the song and video Turned Down for What. If anybody remembers that, it was kind of a big meme when it came out, and the music video was fucking hilarious. And it was directed by the duo that would go on to direct fucking Everything Everywhere All at Once. The same people who made that Best Picture winning movie. Their first really popular thing was the Turn Down for What music video, which was fucking hilarious. And at the time, people were being really snobby about it online, you know, acting like it wasn't lit. And I think Film Crit Hulk talked about it and was really into it. And that's probably what sold me on, like, you know, checking it out sincerely. And so I ended up making a video about it, kind of like analyzing the music video and explaining why it's cool in depth, and dancing for a little segment of it. And it got a decent number of views on After Dark. It was kind of slow performing, but it did ultimately do kind of okay. I was doing vlogs regularly, by the way. Like, After Dark didn't become my, like, oh, I'm posting vlogs constantly channel until 2016, and this would have been towards the end of 2014. So, like, at that time, there wasn't a ton of random stuff on it. It was, like, the very occasional update video or stream re-upload or, like, weird topic video. And not even all... Those weren't always vlogs, either. But this one was a vlog, and, like... You know, again, it did decently well, so I liked it as a video, and then I was gonna do another one on What Does the Fox Say, like right at the height of it blowing up, and it would have been a great idea because I had a take on it that I still haven't really seen anyone else say. Like, I never saw somebody do an in-depth analysis of What Does the Fox Say, and the only reason I didn't is that my first girlfriend hated it. She hated the song, she hated the meme, and every time I brought it up, she would get annoyed. And when I told her I wanted to make a video out of it, she really begged me not to. Huge mistake. Never let a hoe hold you back. Because, damn, I probably would have been a pretty successful video. And there was really no reason. She was just being, like, you know, she was just being a hater about the song. And I thought the song was hilarious. I still do think the song is hilarious. I would give you my analysis, but I don't know if anybody actually wants that, so I will do it if somebody super chats me about it at some point in the future, anytime. It doesn't have to be now. But it's in your head now that I've got a hit out on a What Does the Fox Say analysis. Oh boy, it is getting dark. It's not nearly as dark looking for me as it is for you. Actually, let me show you what the sky looks like. That's about the level of dark that it is for me. I've just kind of been squatting in front of the tent because it's not in a convenient place for me to sit. But we'll take the tent out. You can't even see it anymore anyways. Bird will be back very soon, and then we're gonna start this fire up. And then we'll do a little fireside chat. Because for now, I'm just a disappearing blank face. With an empty brain. I spent 5 hours folding clothes today on the street. Some of you were here for that. Welcome back. I hear a fucking train. Why is there never a campground that doesn't have a train nearby? What is it? What, like, you could be in the middle of fucking nowhere and there'll still be a train. I mean, we're not in the middle of nowhere, but it's amazing how much train there is involved in camping at regular campsites. I assume that's the real reason people start backpacking, is to like just get away from the trains. You think it's the other people, but you can get away. Like, the spot we're in, nobody booked anywhere around us. I managed to book the most secluded spot in this whole fucking park, but there's still trains. Well, it's fine. I don't mind the trains. They're all right. But yeah, if you really want to hear like more of a podcasty style stream, you know, that one I did this morning, make sure you check that out because it was a real tear. Before the 5 hours of folding laundry, I mean, you know, that was a different vibe. That was more of a hangout. That was like we all live in this house together now, or something. This stream is about to turn into fireside chats. Trans camping is best camping, agreed. Welcome, Ellen. Welcome back. Everybody's pouring in, waiting for this pizza, waiting to start this fire. Oh, you know what? That thing I went and got that I have to put on the campsite. I gotta go actually put that on the campsite. Bird, you weren't here when I did that, but it was indeed just on the ground near the building. So I had just dropped it when I picked it up off the top of the car to get in the car. And now we are set. Hey. Oh, it's getting a little chilly actually. I might end up putting on a longer pair of pants. I hope I brought a longer pair of pants. I really wasn't counting on it even getting slightly cold. If I'm lucky, I brought my pajama pants, but I have a strong suspicion I didn't. I have a strong suspicion that all I brought was like attractive clothes that I would want to be seen on stream in, and not practical clothes that would fit every occasion that might arise throughout the night. But there's a lot of jackets in the car. There's a lot of jackets. Ooh, firefly. I see a firefly. I wonder how many of those are going to be here. Hold on. Let's see if we can get them on camera. If you see a light light up, that's a firefly. shit, I don't even know where he went. I'll wait for him to light up again before I'll see him. Well, it'll get real magical if we end up having a bunch of those out tonight. I think this is usually the time of night when they come out, though, so maybe not. I haven't seen him since I turned the camera around, so that's annoying. I'm going back to my lack of a face. You can't even see me at all anymore, so it kind of doesn't make a bit of difference, does it? Let's just face the woods, you know? The woods are nice. We'll just watch the woods until it's time. Landon hammered on Everclear again. I am not planning on ever drinking Everclear, Landon. I don't need that much alcohol content to get drunk. I can drink like 3 beers and be like tight, like good, you know, for the night. I think that drinking Everclear might possibly ruin your ability to ever enjoy alcohol that is less alcoholic than Everclear. So I would recommend drinking other things more often, less of that. That's just me though, personally speaking. You do you. But, you know, live. Think we're waiting for Bird? Oh, yes, we are. We are waiting for Bird to get back because he's got a pizza and more firewood, and we're gonna start a big-ass fire. I think I see him now. Yeah, he's going through the loop right now, so he's on his way. We will very shortly have Bird. Let's go ahead. I gotta turn the camera around so you can see this when it happens, but at some point headlights are gonna come screeching in, so get ready for light. Prepare for light. It'll probably be like a minute for him to go through the loop. Brim with anticipation for a minute or so. You ever been commanded to brim? Hey you, brim! Brim with some anticipation right now! Oh my god, I'm brimming so fucking hard. I'm getting lifted off the brim, dog. I'm getting so fucking lifted off the brim. I don't goon. I brim. I don't need to goon. I brim with so much anticipation just for everyday life. I don't need to goon. You know? It's the next level. Beyond when you go beyond gooning, when you got that natural high that you get from smoking lots of marijuana, that's when you brim instead and you get lifted. It's taking longer than I expected, so the brimming is really starting to be like, I'm starting to get, you know, chafed. I'm starting to get chafed off the brim job. Waiting for this, waiting for the lights. Oh shit, lights are coming in from the distance. Hold up, let me turn it over that way. You see that light? What's that light? Looks like Garzy's wing. Oh, it's shining. The Brothers Brim. The Brim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Brim Fandango. Alright. No need to brim any longer. The wait is over. Oh, he's backing in. Alright, well, I'm not going to put him on camera if he's backing in because there's only a license plate on the back of the car. Howdy, Beatrice. Been a fan for a while. I plan on making a video that mentions a very old video of yours. Do I address it as Beatrice's old video or Yig or something else? Sorry for the wall of text. Beatrice or Yig works. I mean, or Trixie. Honestly, Trixie the Golden Witch. That's the best way to keep the branding consistent. That's what I pretty much have been calling myself everywhere I go online. You know, my link tree is linktree dot or link, you know, linkter.e/golden witch. So that's like the most basic form of my internet handle to me is Golden Witch. You can add on to that Golden Witch Fire, Trixie the Golden Witch, Trial of the Golden Witch, Ritual of the Golden Witch. Bird!
It was so hard to find this place. I asked you to start the fire.
Oh, I thought you said to set up the fire.
Set up the fire first.
Well, I actually don't have a lighter. But we will need the fire to become visible, so, you know, brim with some more anticipation for a bit.
Where's the fucking goldfish box?
Don't worry, we plan to kindle the first flame.
Teddy P and Bruce.
Massachusetts. Are you listening to that right
I
now?
can't believe this place is real.
I promise light is coming. The brilliance of fire will soon be upon us. And I've also got pizza, but you can't fucking see it.
Tear that goldfish box up. I can't believe you set up a fire. Not doing that.
I wanted to see it all go up as one big thing.
It wouldn't do that. It's really adorable that you think it would. Can you hold this light for me? How's streaming going? Hi, stream.
I haven't made any money yet, but I think everybody's waiting for the fire. I became invisible quick. Pretty much as soon as I got back to camp. I think I've been bit in the ankles, even though I did cover myself with bug spray.
Probably. I'm up to this room. This is the first campground I've been to that didn't have like set fire pit. It's just like, hey, there's wood here. Set it on fire. Or lighter fields. I have 3 things over there that have really light pieces of wood to light. Get the lightest pieces you can. Throwing lighter at me in front of fire. Heard. Hey, wanna cut saran wrap? The cutting saran wrap. When I went to the Kroger, a little kid, like a 15, 16-year-old kid checked me out. I was like, I want 3 bundles of firewood. He went, are you having a big fire? I was like, no, fire's good to look at. got it. Save some of the other small pieces for starting the fire when you have to do it. Otherwise, move all these pieces away from the fire. I Hi, stream. It's me, Bird.
We got a fire going. Hey. I'm gonna move the camera to be closer to it and facing it, because the only way you're gonna see us is if we're on the other side of it from you, so I might as well just have it be what you
Question
look
for
at.
the stream. Who has never seen a hunk on a bus and thought, I want to sit on your lap?
Alright, take this from me. I'm going to look for, like, longer camera. Wait. All the clothes are in the tent.
Yeah, dummy. Big old idiot. Where do we have our chairs?
I think so. Somewhere in the car, probably. I don't remember ever taking them out of the car from after that game.
Fuck, man.
What?
I need you to read this text exchange on screen.
Alright. Hold up.
I can't do it with enough quality.
I legitimately did not bring myself a single long pair of pants.
Really?
I just kind of thought it wouldn't be cold. Like, at all.
Probably gonna get down to 50 tonight.
I don't know why I thought this.
Well, it's gonna be 57 tonight.
I mean, I got blankets, I got I got stuff I can wear.
No, I'm sorry, I'm lying. It's gonna be 64 tonight. Do you live in 64?
I mean, that'll be fine in the sleeping bag, but...
You want my pants? I can live in shorts.
Sure.
Give me some shorts.
Do those have, like, a tightening mechanism?
Yeah. Fire, can you be more on fire, please? Oh, the fire looks great on camera. You can't see anything else, but the fire is incredible.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Bird Stream. Can you hear me? Can you hear what I'm saying? Do you agree that the fire looks cool? If not, I'll add more wood so it looks cooler. Hey, cheers.
I know. Put my shoes on.
Bird, where's the Everclear, homie? Don't push out on us. See, I drink enough of regular alcohol that I don't need Everclear to even it out. Landon, I'm sorry I have to say this again. Stop drinking Everclear.
I already chewed him out when he said it to me.
Landon, you have to stop acting like drinking Everclear is cool. People care about you. That's my genuine thing when you try to give a shit about drinking Everclear. People care about you. We care about you. Drink beer. Take like a month tolerance break, for Christ's sake. Just get used to it. You can't drink Everclear all the time. It's really bad. I feel like since we've started giving you shit about Everclear, you've been drinking Everclear more. I've drank Everclear with mixers, mind you, but you can't be doing that. It's really bad. Unless you're like really diluting it, I guess. But I don't imagine you're doing that, Landon. I imagine you're just drinking the Everclear, which, you know, props, I guess, for being able to drink Everclear like that. But also, you can't be doing that if it's the only thing you're drinking. Nick Lucas, you are a bad influence. I agree with you. At least flip one of the logs. I can't really do that, but I can throw on more wood. We don't really have an established fire ring here. It's kind of just a pit where fire was clearly burned at some point before this. So we've just kind of built a fire on top of that, which, you know, is kind of based. I added 2 more logs. Past that, I don't know. Got a lot of wood. Not trying to use it all tonight. I'm not even necessarily against the use of Everclear as a mixer. It's just you have to... The way Landon drinks, Everclear is a bad thing. I know Landon isn't mixing it with things, is my biggest problem.
I know that Landon can drink a handle of whatever he's drinking in a night. So if it's the strongest possible alcohol, it basically means he's drinking as much as could humanly be
Which is
drank.
too much.
Yeah.
Dear Lord. Landon, I'm sorry to sound like this, but I'm genuinely concerned for you. I have been since the first time I met you, and I realized how much liquor you actually drink.
Which is more than anybody else I've ever met.
More than anyone. Anyone.
More
Like,
than anybody who brags about being, about I know people who brag about how much they drink and don't drink nearly as much as Landon. I just don't think anybody could win that competition.
I couldn't outdrink you, Landon, and I can outdrink most people. But fuck, man, Everclear? I had to mix Everclear with Mountain Dew. And I mean that as an insult to Mountain Dew. Like, Mountain Dew is so offensively non-tasting that it overshadows Everclear. But Everclear, like, fuck, if that's all you're drinking, dude, just get into breweries. Like,
Well, is there anyone nearby?
there has to be. There has to be. There has to be. I'm gonna look up breweries that Landon should go to right now.
This is Bird's prescription for alcoholism: is hang out in breweries.
Look, I don't think he's just gonna stop. I
I don't think you're wrong.
I just think it would be better if he wasn't drinking Everclear.
Yeah. Anything that was a step down. It's just a funny thing when a person who's drinking already worries you is like, hey, I'm drinking an even stronger alcohol than what I used to. Like, wait.
All right, Landon, there's literally a brewery in Kokomo called Sun King Kokomo. Sun King. We tried their beer, actually, while we were
Oh,
there. It's fine. The name is awesome. Just, please, cut it down. Take a tolerance
Or else
break if
Bird's
that's what
gonna
it
keep
takes.
giving you public interventions on the internet.
I'm only going to be giving Landon public interventions for as long as he gives me shit for giving him shit about Everclear.
Yeah, I mean, well,
You
he
should not
doesn't-
think drinking
it is-
Everclear is normal.
He is bringing it on himself by constantly insisting that we should be drinking Everclear. We're just like, that's not a belief I hold. That's not something you're gonna convince me by just saying it a lot. That I should be drinking that.
Landon's response was, does it taste as good as Canadian whiskey? And my response to that is, Canadian whiskey doesn't taste good.
I've never had it.
Name a Canadian whiskey that tastes good. Sorry, the chat is disagreeing. Can you reiterate for me?
Bird says, name one that tastes good. Alright, our chairs are prepared. This should be cool. No worries about being late, Sarah. We've pretty much just gotten done setting up.
I'm being told by Landon that Windsor Canadian whiskey is the whiskey you want to drink. Unless Landon had it when we were at his house, I've never had it. Landon, I'm more okay with you drinking Canadian whiskey than I am with you drinking Everclear.
Yeah.
Like,
Everclear's another level.
Everclear's another level,
It's the
and
highest level.
again, it's not exactly what you're drinking as much as it is the amount.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain this to someone. I'm really struggling.
Ever watched a man disappear a full-size bottle of liquor in 3 hours? I have. You ever seen him go back and drink 2 tall boys before and after that?
I haven't ever, I mean, I've maybe seen Landon take a couple sips of a beer before, but I've never really seen him drink a beer because I think he thinks it's not worth it.
I've seen him chug tall boys.
Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong, but... Landon, I'm literally giving you shit, but I'm not trying to give you shit. Like...
Trying to feel like when you inevitably die of alcoholism, we can say we did our best.
I don't want you. Well, look, you're gonna die. Sorry, that is the case. You've created your path. I want you to be around with us for as long as humanly possible. I want to go camping with you again. Bird, you can't outdrink me. I'm not claiming I can.
Nobody can
I
outdrink
literally
you.
said I couldn't outdrink you like 2 minutes ago. If you saw me in Japan, the Netherlands, the Dominican Republic, you can't keep up. Don't give me your frat boy stuff on me. I'm not. Have you fallen asleep on the bar, Landon? I didn't say I could do any of this. I don't think I can outdrink you. I gave you as an example for like people that think they can outdrink you. I don't think I can, nor would I want to, for Christ's sake. You drink so much. It's hard. Because I'm trying to do this as a bit. But I do care about him and I do need him to drink less.
It doesn't sound like a bit. It sounds completely serious.
Yeah, but the giving Landon shit thing is a bit. You know, if he wants to keep drinking Everclear, let him keep drinking Everclear. I can't physically stop him, nor would I want. I mean, to be fair, I could literally physically stop him.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
I don't care. Do whatever you want. I'm not saying I could outdrink you or I could like beat you in a drinking contest or anything like that. I'm saying you drink too much.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I don't. Just butt chug it, Landon. You don't butt chug shit. Landon's liver didn't hear no bell. Landon's liver has heard bells for the last 3 years consecutively. I don't know, man.
Maybe an intervention over the internet isn't the way. I have to see him in person to give this speech.
He wouldn't listen. I mean, and the other thing too is he would already have handles, and I would be drinking with him. That's the problem. I also drink, but it's
True.
like here's my big thing with Landon. The thing that like really awakened me to it was right before we left to Indiana Dunes. Landon was like, "Oh, watch out for those open containers.
Yeah.
You don't want to have open containers." And I threw away the open containers at a gas station, rightfully. And then Landon proceeded to drink from an open vodka bottle for the whole 3 hours that we were driving. And I was like, well, why did you care about open containers?
Right.
This is an open container. What are you talking about? I will be completely honest. I was in the passenger seat. I also drank from said open container. But it's like a pot kettle.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
He's lucky I couldn't see him doing
Gary
it. I
always.
screamed at him.
Gary always. I have never agreed with you more, and I mean that sincerely.
What did he say?
It's not a stop drinking intervention. It's a drink better intervention.
That's true. We literally just told him to drink beer and not Everclear, or even fucking just go back to what you were having before. Landon used to just rotate a spirit every night. Like, he didn't settle on one. He wasn't drinking Everclear every night. But he's been on this Everclear kick for like weeks now. Maybe even months now.
Landon is claiming that the 2 empty beer bottles we had, he was trying to get out of our car because it was trash. Not because it was a full car that he was trying to get trash out of. It was 2 empty beer cans. Landon, if you cared about the trash, you should have said you cared about the trash. You shouldn't have said you cared about open containers. Words matter. I'm sorry.
We're arguing with a obliterated drunk man over the course of text versus video.
Landon, if you're only drinking beer, good. Keep doing that.
Beer at a time. Beer at a time. Speaking of.
Also, Dash and Scan said, Bird needs to just live and let die of alcoholism.
Well, you know, it's whatever you're most afraid of in yourself that you most fear in others.
Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. And stuff. Nick Lucas, you should absolutely go to the Indiana Dunes. They're absolutely worth it. Is there a beer that won't make me feel bloated? Gary, always, I'll be honest, I've never dealt with that problem, so I don't know. Have you ever felt bloated from a beer?
Yeah.
The harder, I would guess like porters, right? Like heavier stuff.
Like, but
that?
from one beer, probably not. But I mean, if I get bloated from drinking beer all the time.
I mean, Gary always, just not someone who's dealt with bloating from beer. Light beers, like lagers, golden
Yeah.
mead, or mead. Actually, I think might be what you might want to tackle. Um, Nick Lucas, I literally live 45 minutes away from the Indiana Dunes. I have no excuse. Then go. It's
Yeah, if you're only
totally
45
worth it.
minutes away, just drive up there. You
It,
can knock out the whole place in a couple hours. You know, it won't. It's not
it
something you
take
have
like
to.
if you're into camping, camp there a day.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Well, I didn't love camping there.
No. We camped in the national park. The state park was way cool.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, go to the state park, not the national park.
Jim Beam apple and some Dr. Pepper Light mix. Oh God, ultimate camping drink if you can handle it. I don't know. Like, sure. I guess I was just raised with a dad who brought like at least mediocre spirits to drink straight for camping, and if not that, you drink beer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I guess my dad just kind of raised me to drink. If you're drinking spirits, it's for the taste, and you should savor them. That's why I like the gins I like. But if you're drinking beer, you should also, it's about the enjoyment. It's not about the feeling necessarily. Oh, fuck, bug. Bug just flew into my ear. And I do think I stand by my dad in that aspect. It shouldn't be about how shit-faced you can get. It should be about the fact that you're enjoying the tastes, you're enjoying what is coming out of it. Like, you can get tipsy, maybe a little drunk, have some fun, look at a fire, but you can't let it consume your life like that. I don't know. Fire looks awesome, by the way.
Hell yeah. But you know what doesn't look awesome?
Landon, not spending $80 on a bottle. I'm not even saying that.
Yo,
There are good bottles.
Somebody really needs to super chat us something so that we are not talking to Landon about his alcoholism all night. Please, please, God, give us a fucking super chat of literally any other topic.
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool. But Landon, you don't need to spend $80 on a bottle to get good liquor.
No.
It's silly to think that you do. Dash and Scan said no. He's not going to super chat us.
Why, you broke?
Well, Dash and Scan is like a light troll. Dash and Scan's response are usually like light trolls for some reason.
Some people just like that, you know. Some people's personality is just like, hey, you know.
Yeah, but Dash and Scan's been doing it so much that I want to ban them.
Well, just know that birds got you on notice. You don't play like that.
If you're not going to give us money, I have no interest in you being. I'm going to be completely honest.
Well, he didn't say he would never give us money.
Nick Lucas, $2. I'm a broke bitch. See, Nick Lucas.
You're not that broke. You're broker, or well, I should say.
Nick Lucas.
You might be broke, but everyone else is way worse. You might actually be as broke as you say, but it's unbelievable.
This
The
is
strata.
This is their 10th super chat on one of your live streams. Nick Lucas.
That guy's broke, and what's the rest of your excuse?
Yeah, what's the rest of your excuse? Well, Landon super chatted you tonight. I don't expect any more from him.
Landon's broke. Landon
and
doesn't.
he gave you money tonight.
Why am I getting all this money from broke people? Where's all the unbroke? We gotta go find these not broke people.
Ellen, I'm not broke. I just don't have a credit card. That means you're broke. Wait, hang on. I'm sorry. You're from Brazil. That means some. I don't know how the credit.
All I know is that Brazilian money is worth a lot less than American money. So as far as I'm concerned, you are broke. Because you should not give me your money because it's worth so much more for you.
Are you going to make s'mores by the campfire? No, because we're not children.
Where do we find rich people with currencies that favor the U.S. dollar in their exchange,
Gary always
or not favor the U.S. dollar,
said,
that don't favor the U.S. dollar.
I gave you like $12 today already.
Gary, always you're. Why do people act like I'm talking to them?
You should not take
If
things
you
personally.
already paid me, it's not about you. You are supposed to walk around with an exalted sense of self-importance like everyone else is a
That
fucking
is
idiot.
actually what you're talking about right now is my biggest problem with Gary always. Is the exalted sense of self he has of like, oh
No,
well,
that's the right way, but he's not doing it right in this case.
no, I'm sorry. He has such an exalted sense
Sense
of
of
self,
self-importance.
but then he's like acting like he doesn't,
Mm.
and he'll just like be a shithead for no reason out of nowhere, or you know whatever your pronouns are. I'm sorry, I don't actually know. I assume they're he, she, because Gary.
Pretty sure that he's he. Yeah, I don't think Gary's ever given any suggestion of being trans.
Nick Lucas responded saying, "Sorry, EMT broke. If you're an EMT, you give us $2. What the fuck? You're an EMT. You're saving people's lives literally, not as a joke."
It's only the good people who successfully feel guilty and
Also,
give me my. How do I make the bad people feel guilty?
Landon said, "I spent a lot of money for Vic and Hope to roast my Gynax video tonight."
Oh. I didn't know Vic and Hope were live tonight.
Yeah, I did. Damn, I came here for the SAO. Oh, whoa, your chair sucks. Who knew?
That was my fault.
Gary always, I actually have crippling self-esteem issues. That's just how I talk. I don't mean anything by it. Learn how to talk better.
No, fix the self-esteem issues.
Or that. Well, I think both are accurate.
Exist with the level of self-esteem like how you talk.
Yeah. Measure them. Stop apologizing. Stop apologizing. Stop thinking.
Kendrick Lamar has taught me a very important lesson about how if you really want to be the most elitist person you can be, you have to be the most humble person. You know, ultimately, if you can out-humble everybody
Be
else.
humble.
Yeah. Like,
Gary. Sorry, eating. You should have met me like 10 years ago. You'd have e-banned me. Gary, I did e-ban you from my Twitter.
I would have e-banned myself, well, maybe not 10 years ago, but 20 years ago for sure.
I mean, I don't remember who I had this exchange with, but if you're arguing with anyone, especially on the internet, you've lost.
It's true.
Arguments don't mean anything. It is almost worthless to argue with anyone.
I agree.
You're not going to change anyone's mind. You're not going to like have a big breakthrough on either side. There's no point in doing it. That's my big controversial opinion. The only one I'll ever have.
I don't think that's a controversial opinion at all.
It
I think
is-
most people know that they just like doing it. Like, I don't know if they're willing to admit that up front. They think, oh, well, I have to because that person's wrong and I have to prove it. And it's like, to whom though?
Who are you proving yourself
To whom?
Arguing on the internet entirely depends on how pissed you can make the other person be. And yeah, you're right, but that doesn't mean they're going to change their mind. In fact, I would argue it means they're never going to change their mind. Making someone angry does not mean they will change their mind.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is that the enjoyment is trying to make someone mad.
Sure, I guess, but that sucks, and it makes you a bad person.
True. Unless you're making
I don't
money.
know, your audience probably doesn't care about being bad people.
Well, no, I think,
It's funny, though. Yeah, it can be funny. You can be funny, but I think a lot of people think they're being funny instead of actually being funny,
well, they're being funny to themselves.
which doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
If you're being funny to just you, it doesn't mean anything. You're not being funny.
Yeah.
sorry to break it to you, if that's a big breakthrough or whatever, but like, you have to be funny to an audience. Otherwise, you're doing nothing. Stand-up comedians are successful because they are funny to groups of 25 to 100 people,
Right.
at the least. Gary always. I'm never actually, all caps, trying to make the other person mad, but boy howdy, do they get mad anyway. Don't be a cunt on the internet.
Just don't try to. If you, in any context, this is for everybody. If you find yourself
Hang
really
on.
trying to prove that you're right in a situation,
Yeah.
um,
Enjoy being right and broke.
yeah, that's my favorite Sam Hyde quote. Enjoy being right and broke. Um, and I see it just constantly where people are more concerned about like winning an argument than they are about preserving like a friendship, or about like
Real quick, we did get a super chat.
not wasting time.
Landon said, Bird made fun of my big feet today. I'm coming for him.
You did do that.
Great. I didn't make fun of his big feet.
You pointed out they were big.
No, I just thought, like, well, you know, Landon claims that he's 6'6" on the internet. I'm taller than Landon, and I'm 6'5". That's the big problem I have when Landon claims he's 6'6" anytime
You think
ever.
he's 6'4"?
He's just not taller than me,
I see.
and I'm 6'5".
Not
And
even if he stands all the way
You've seen
straight.
this, right? He doesn't.
Yeah, I know, but if he did though.
If he did, he wouldn't be. Landon's not 6'6". He may have been at some point in his life. He's not now.
Okay.
I'm taller than Landon.
Yeah.
And just so I'm not, like, huffing my own farts, am I taller than Landon?
I think so. I don't know. You're both way up there. You would be able to tell, not me.
I'm taller than Landon. I can see above that guy's head. But today Landon was like, I have size 16 feet. And I was like, what?
So how big are your feet?
13s.
I see.
That's like one size above what normal shoes are made for. I don't have to special order my shoes or anything, but
Right.
Landon apparently does.
Damn.
And I wasn't making fun of him. I was just like, holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Am I an outlier for being 6'5" and not
Like,
having
yeah. Do you
massive
have
feet?
small feet for your size?
Yeah, right. But anyway,
I definitely have small feet for my height.
Landon is trying to claim that he is taller than I am, and that is incorrect.
We're gonna have to do this full measurement next time.
Look, Landon, I've never seen you stand up straight. If we do a full-on, like, standing up directly head-to-head next to each other, and you're taller than me, I'm willing to accept that. I don't care about height like that. Every time I see someone that's taller than me, I think, holy shit, you're taller than me. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's so cool. It's so rare, you know?
Yeah.
Gary Always, for $2, someone got to get the ball rolling.
It's true. Thank you, Gary. Thanks for always looking out.
Landon, bullying my hunchback now. No, Landon, I'm just saying, if you went to a convention, you need to cosplay Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Damn. No, he's not that bad. Doofenshmirtz is like bent over.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're being a bigger person. Landon has now... I am bullying Landon now at this point. But,
cruelty.
I've been bullying him the whole time.
Cruelty. Yeah, but you were bullying him for righteousness before. Now you're just doing it to be mean.
Yeah, I mean sorry.
That long pause followed by, yeah.
I mean to everyone in your chat. And
That's true. You
especially people that I think don't deserve your or my respect.
which is everybody. Is there
I
anybody
wouldn't say everybody.
who deserves our respect?
Occasionally, Gary Always.
Is that because he gave us $2 just now?
Maybe. Anyone who gives us money.
Truly a cruel God.
I don't know. It's just
I did not make it in the fire.
anyone who's interesting. I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be interesting.
Yeah.
Or even what it means to be interesting.
Well, I think almost anything people do is interesting, but people don't like to talk about what they do. It's weird. It's weird to me. Like even when I talk about what I do
Gary
in
always,
like a
my respect is not for sale. Disregard. I want to earn it on my own merits. Then Gary, I don't respect you at all.
damn ruthless.
Not even a little bit.
Oh shit, he's coming out.
I'm
swinging.
sorry. You have only managed to make, like, anything I've seen from you on Twitter, not anything, but most things I've seen you say on Twitter is just like, oh, so you're just trying to be a cunt. You're just trying to be a cunt and be correct. And being a cunt and being correct are my two least favorite things that a person can have. And I don't mean actually being correct, I mean thinking that you're correct. If you think you're correct, you're probably wrong. Sorry.
That's true. I tend to. Everything I say is from a place of like, well, that's just the theory, a game theory, you know, like, especially because I've been proven wrong many times.
The other thing
Or
too
at
is
least
like
slant
I
them.
have seen things from Gary Always that like do make me like walk that back a little bit. Of like he understands where I'm coming from most of the time. It's just he continues to be a cunt on the internet, and it's exactly what I warned him about.
Right.
Is being a cunt on the internet. I spent a lot of years being a cunt on the internet. You know where it gets you? Exactly nowhere.
It's true.
Exactly nowhere. And I didn't have an artistic career on the internet.
You're kind of reminding me. One of the people who sort of mentored my writing, because
Gary, I know you're working on it also. I'm giving you shit because I know you are receptive to it. I'm giving Landon shit because I'm hoping, because it's coming from me, he'll be receptive to it. He's not, but whatever.
might have to try that when he's not already drunk.
When?
Yeah, in the morning.
What do you mean by that? He's gonna be drunk
like,
then too.
I don't know. As soon
Let
as
me
he
catch
wakes
him
up.
at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Super chat, super chat, super chat.
Oh shit! I was about to say a bunch of stuff.
The Ren Boy, longtime fan, been catching up and seeing the
Fuck yeah.
lives. Thanks
Yes.
for being here and doing stuff. It's really enjoyable.
Yes.
Cheers for gay camping.
Yes. Thank you. What was the name?
The Ren Boy.
The Ren Boy. Thank you, the Ren Boy. What was the amount? $5.
$5.
That is a perfect super chat. That is the super chat I want to read every day, because it means that people who like my content are finding out that I'm doing it again. And the number one biggest problem I've been having for the last like 5 years in particular is discoverability. Changing the name of my channel did untold damage I never could have predicted. I had no idea just how deep it would run for me of fucking everything up. But you know, it's been a long time since YouTube has regularly pushed my content to my subscribers, and these shorts, just the sheer force of how often I've been streaming through shorts has caused it to start happening to more and more people. So every time somebody shows up and is like, I'm a long-time fan, first-time donator, I'm like,
kind
this
of
is
almost
what
like
I'm looking for.
Almost like a 50-50 shot with you. Like, either people are like, holy shit, you're still around?
Right.
That's awesome. Or, is this that fucking My Little Pony channel?
Right.
And then, you know, they get banned immediately.
Yeah, pretty much.
That guy who was like, you fell off from the My Little Pony days. Like, really?
That sounds like a joke.
You're hoping for the My Little Pony days of Beatrice's channel? At least go back to the neurotyping chart. Come on.
It's funny, you know, I have a tendency to always assume that everybody is trying to be funny.
Nah.
But you have a tendency to assume that they are...
Well,
if they are trying to be funny, it's because they actually do think that, and like...
Well, because they are.
just trying to be funny about it. And I think you are mostly correct. I tend to always give people the benefit of a doubt when it comes to that. But it does tend to allow them to just keep doing it forever, and that's not good. You know?
If you're trying to be funny, you have to be funny.
Yeah.
You can't
be more funny!
Stop complaining or complain funnier.
Everybody should listen to WATP. They do a great job of breaking that. And Why Are You Laughing?
I was listening to a WATP episode where they had Ray DeVito on. I don't know if you were up with the fan chat. Riley and Mint are at Hackamania right now.
Yeah.
I asked Riley and Mint to specifically get me an autograph from Ray DeVito, because I believe no one is going to ask Ray DeVito for an autograph, and I think it'd be really funny to have the one Ray DeVito. And B, I asked for a shirt, because I can't be there.
Yeah.
But more than anything, I care about the Ray DeVito autograph.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, to me personally, it is so funny.
I can't even remember who Ray DeVito is.
No one else can either. So there you go. I just think it's like, well, I think this guy is really funny.
Yeah.
And I think
Like deliberately funny? Like
no,
okay.
no, very much not. He's stupid.
Lol cow.
He's
Wait,
almost.
he's not the alien guy, is he?
No, that's Tommy T.
Okay.
Ray DeVito's like almost a lol cow. He's really stupid, but he's like almost entirely aware of how stupid he is and why people like him.
Okay.
And so I respect him for that.
Yeah.
Because he'll just say things. He's from Cleveland, Ohio, and he'll just say things.
Yeah, I can see.
He's
how that
from
would
the
be funny.
same group as Chad Zumach.
I see.
And he's like second. Oh no, I don't know. He's just so funny to me. And he's like the other thing too. He's a really sweet dude. Like he just seems to be like a really nice guy. So there's that. Apparently, my first exposure to Ray DeVito was that apparently when he travels, he brings his comfort blanket with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, you know, we bring Blahage
Yeah.
and the Squishmallows, and I have a comfort blanket. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
Yeah.
I have a blanket that I've had since I was like, oh God, I don't know, 2 years old. It's a Tijuana blanket. If you don't know what that means,
Wait,
look it
that
up.
Mexico blanket?
Yeah,
You've had that since you were 2?
Yeah, do you think I just carry it around because it's fun?
I just can't believe it's held up that fucking well since it's been 23 years.
The only,
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
I have another blanket that I've kept since that age. It's just I'm more concerned about it falling apart. The bridges, the
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
that one looks like it will come apart.
yeah, that one I want to like hang up on a wall someday. That was
Yeah.
the first job that my dad worked.
Well, that
at.
one's also like a unique, fancy blanket. This one, the Mexico blanket, is like a $15. Like you could pick this up on any street corner
That was just
type
our
thing.
couch
You know?
blanket,
Yeah.
and I
was
loved
wild.
that thing. I had plenty of other quilts that I liked as well, but the Mexico blanket stood its time.
Yeah.
I'd love to get it fixed up because it does have a little bit of a rip in it at this point, and I would like to not
Do you
worry.
still have your phone on?
Yeah.
Can you check and see, make sure there's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
another
sorry. Yeah, yeah.
super chats or something? Before I end up going on a different tangent.
No super chats.
So what I was gonna say about
Let me double check.
the group of like anime bloggers who I consider to be my mentors because they were all people who could write
You know
well
that
and
blankets and pillows have expires, right? I've washed it so many times that I'm not that concerned about it expiring. I don't know, like
expired.
it's
That is a goofy
it's a
sentiment.
blanket from Mexico.
I just don't. I can't even buy into this whole blankets and pillows expiring idea. I mean, it expires when it gets disgusting and you don't want to use it
You
anymore.
should probably move that.
The camera.
Yeah, because it's. Is it plugged into a charging source?
No,
You should do that as well.
you are right. It is actually getting pretty low. I didn't even think about it.
Oh shit. The video is frozen.
Probably because the battery low warning probably came up. Sorry about that video freeze, y'all. That was the low power warning coming on. I don't know how long it was like that for.
Sarah Louise, that's some outdoor clothes BS. No way am I buying it. I don't know if she's on our side or not. I don't know, like outdoor clothes wear out. The blanket that I'm talking about never has, and probably never will.
Gary always, I gotta stop taking everything so literal. Yeah, everyone does. Not just you. I think that's another big thing that will help you be more prescient in life in general. Not everything is about you personally. Not everything that is spoken is as literal as you take it to be.
You take things a little too literally too.
Yeah, but I'm pretty prescient at that, usually. I don't know.
Alright, I gotta tell this fucking story before I forget about it.
No, Landon. Sorry. Okay, I didn't want to go that deep. I punched back to tweeted you a pic, bird. I don't know, man. I went back. I was told I'm over I'm over 6'6". I was told.
I see.
Who were you told by, sir?
Alright, no more responding to anybody that's not a super chat until
No
I finish
more
this fucking
responding to
story.
anybody that doesn't give us money.
Until I at least finish the story I've been trying to get through. Okay, so I used to have a few people on the internet.
Which
Don't,
one?
god damn it, I'm trying to tell this story.
Sorry, it's just the picture he posted is not us standing back to back.
Oh yeah.
It's us like walking away from each other.
Okay. There were a group of older anime bloggers who were all friends. They all wrote well, and they were people I looked up to and wanted to be like them. And I would comment on all their posts and constantly beg people to read my blog. And like they would, and like occasionally I was on to something interesting enough that they would be like, well, this is kind of a cool idea, or like your approach is interesting, but like my writing was just bad. And it came to a point where they started like bullying me about it, about just like, you really got to work on like the spelling, you really got to stop with like this or that, you got to stop being like so pretentious, because I literally had posts that were called stuff like anime you suck for not seeing, and like
Sword Art Online.
everyone hated that. No, it would all be like, Revolutionary Girl Utena, like, classic anime that nobody's watched type shit.
Suck?
Obviously not. That's why it was such a bad post. It was really terrible, and everyone hated it, and everyone made fun of it. So, like, that was the stuff that they really were trying to beat out of me. But there was this one dude called Lolly Kitsune.
What a name.
His reputation...
Lollipop.
Yeah. Lolly Kitsune's reputation was being, like, a troll and kind of a shitlord, and just, always kind of having
Most
something...
of your fans. Sorry.
Well, this wasn't a fan of mine. This was a...
Most of your ex-fans.
Okay. No, I'm saying... This guy's was at no point a fan of mine.
I'm saying now,
Okay.
most of your fans.
Most of my fans are...
Most of your ex-fans.
Ex-fans.
The ones that just are like, hey, wasn't this that guy who liked My Little Pony at some point?
Lolly Kitsune wasn't like that. It was more like a snarky, like, smug asshole,
Snob.
No, like... This is a great guy I'm talking about. This is a great guy.
You like this person.
This is a great guy, yes. So that's what I'm trying to get to here. He's one of my mentors, one of this list of people.
Okay, you should have started with
I did start with that. I started with my mentors online and all that stuff.
Yeah, but when you say that, I think ghostlighting. I don't
Okay,
think...
but that's what I've been building to, is that I said there were a group of these guys. There was Otosan, there was Ghostlighting, there was Lolly Kitsune. There are these people who...
This is way far back.
This is way the fuck back in 2007, 2008, when I was first starting anime. 2008 is when I, like, got onto... So there's a site called Anime Nano that was an aggregator, just an RSS feed of just anime blogs. And so it was through Anime Nano that I had connected with, like, Bakaraptor, Ghost Lightning, Otosan, Lolly Kitsune, a few other people, and some of them had a site together. All of those guys were a part of this group called Oi Hayaku. Unfortunately, this website doesn't exist anymore, or else I would have told this story more often because I could show it to people. I don't remember the name of the guy who started it and ran the group, but basically, like, they were trying to make like an anime blog that was writing serious articles like Vox style, and like, hoping we could maybe pick up a sponsorship or something, like make a real serious effort. And I had like begged to be a part of it and got in. So that was a big part of why these guys started coaching me, is that like I was the fucking, the rat kid, 17-year-old who was a part of this group of like elite, mostly like late 20s, early 30s writers, who were just the best anime nerds on the internet. So they started bullying me, to make me write better, essentially. And I always, of course, went way harder on the posts I did for that site than I did for my own stuff. I treated it like a job. But like, the reason I talked about all this is that Lolly Kitsune, right before I had met him, right before he started working for the site, had been known for being like a smug, snarky asshole. But then he watched the legendary slice of life anime Aria the Animation. Otherwise known, there's Aria the Animation, then Aria the Natural, then Aria. There's like 4 seasons of Aria. At the time, I think there were only 2. But Aria is the most like pleasant, just like nice, relaxing. It's way more pleasant than that. It's like,
I was joking.
it's like Yuru Camp level of like nothing's happening. Huh? Pachoo. Oh yeah. Well, that one's really short, but
nothing's happening.
yeah, nothing's happening. So in Aria, I think you would love the setting of this show, Bird. Maybe we should watch it sometime. Aria is set on Neo Venetia, on Mars. So they've built Venice on Mars, and
Venice literally only exists because of the place it's in. They didn't make. I'm sorry.
They went to Mars. They made
That's so
Venice.
stupid. That's so dumb.
So-
I'm sorry. I'm sure the show might be fine and cute, but
Yeah.
building Venice on a different planet is literally
Incredibly
absurd.
asinine. The one that already exists is already a bad idea. Known for being just like
their city
gross
is
and
falling
polluted.
apart.
Yeah. But anyway, they built Neo Venetia on Mars. Who knows? Maybe it works in a way that makes sense somehow. I don't know. But the point is that the main characters are gondoliers. So they work for the gondolier company, and they just boat people around all day. And that's the show is like these very, very kind-hearted
When the
girls.
moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
The reason I think you would appreciate this show is that it's kind of about being good customer service. Like, it's essentially a show about like how to be a good gondolier, which basically means like be nice to people and just know your shit and like each one.
Well, so, and I will say, my favorite jobs are all ones that have required me to give good customer service. And in doing that, I really don't like people that
can't give good customer service.
not even just that, but like can't just like strike up a conversation.
I see.
Like,
yeah.
be nice to someone. I don't act almost any differently
Yeah.
outside of work than I do at work.
No, you're always very nice to everybody.
Um,
I would even say you almost go out of your way to be as nice as you possibly can be to everybody in real life, which is why it's so funny when you get on the internet and you're just like, and fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you especially.
they're not doing it right.
But you are easy to set off in real life too. Like if somebody says something that makes you upset, you do go pretty much from like being the nicest person possible to like, now I have to figure out how to be a piece of shit to you. Like,
But in a creative way.
you think about it. You give thought to it. You're like, I'm deciding that now I have to be a piece of shit to you, and I have to figure out how I'm going to do that specific. Like, what level of a piece of shit do I now have to be?
What is your personal hell?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so Lolly Kitsune, he watched Aria, and he entered his Akari arc, where he just decided to, like, as a matter of course, just be nice. Like, deliberately make an effort to just say a nice thing every time, you know?
Cash in the scan for $10.
Woo!
Sorry about that, Bird. I didn't know you hated me this whole time. I was never trying to be insulting, but if you really want me to only post super chats here, I guess I can do that. I didn't say you weren't funny. But if being mean to you is the way to get you to give us money, fuck you. Fuck you right up the ass.
Bird's like, wait a minute, I can get $10 by making you feel like you're garbage? This is amazing.
I guess I didn't express, like, So there's a lot of
We
trolls.
finally figured out how to do religion. We figured it out, guys. We're doing it right.
There's a lot of your trolls that will come in and just be like too heavy-handed with it. And I know Dash and Scan is a genuine fan of you and
Yeah, because they've been around forever.
They've been around. I
Yeah.
recognize the name, but lately they've been doing like a really good troll bit.
I mean, I think again, I think everybody always needs to realize something. Everyone both is more and less recognizable than you think, especially on the internet, where like the impression we have, so somebody like Landon, we know him personally. We've met him. I've been to his house. I know him on like a level of. I know his history. I know who his family is.
I feel it is necessary to be said. Dash and Scan. I don't hate you.
Yeah.
I don't hate you. You're really funny when you're trolling, but every now and then it's like.
But it's because we don't know exactly. Like Landon will come in and say some incredibly retarded, out of pocket shit, and we're just like, oh, it's Landon.
Oh, it's Landon.
You know, because we
That's what he
know
does.
him. And like, I might not have felt
Maybe
that
I just
way.
haven't been paying enough attention to Dash and Scan.
Well, and that's how, like, I'll say of, like, my impression of Dash and Scan is simply, that is a name I recognize. Like, that is a person I know gives me money. That is a person I know is a fan. I don't know anything specifically about, like, their interests or tastes or sense of humor or personality. What do they look like, sound like, you know. I don't know any of that the way I do with Landon, who we're also talking to in the same chat. You know,
and so
it's like there's a different level. Every single person in the chat, there's a totally different level of recognition for you, and it's hard for you to know what level we're on.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm new here.
Yeah, Bird's like totally new.
It's been 4 years. I'm still new here. I don't know everyone that is a fan of Trixie. I recognize Dash and Scan's name, but I'm also on like hyper mod level right now because like Trixie will fall asleep on stream and then I have to
Bird came into chat while I was asleep.
I came into chat.
Just had to serial ban a bunch of trolls that had showed up while I was passed out.
To be completely honest, if you want to have a relationship with me, Bird, as a person, if you want us to be friends, someone that I can look at and know, hey, that's a cool guy. Gotta meet me in person. You have to meet me in person.
Yeah.
I do not take any of this internet shit seriously. Especially not interpersonal relationships.
I'm pretty on the same bag.
If you're taking interpersonal relationships on the internet seriously, you have a mental illness.
I'm trying to think of anybody that I'm friends with online that I still.
Ellen, you're different. We're coming to Brazil. I already know I like you.
Yeah, that's there's some people where it's like there's a lot of distance there, especially if they're foreign, you know. But
I'm cool. I'm chill. I'm coming to Brazil.
There's some people who I know I'm going to meet, and then there's some people who maybe just figure they're going to meet me. Like, it's interesting because we travel, and last year there are several people we met who, like,
Anathemy Badesu. I literally got in a very mean argument with him that it was 2 years before I met him, and then I met him, and he was like, hey, do you remember when you called me like a dog? Or something? I don't even remember what it was.
You were like, not at all.
I was like, no, I mean, you were probably right. This was 2 years ago. I was probably being an asshole on the internet. Something I highly advise against.
It's fascinating because Anathemy Badesu is the type of person who doesn't really reveal anything.
Landon, I've never met Bird in person.
Anathemy Badesu does not reveal anything about himself online, really. Like, you would never be able to get a sense of who that person is through their online content, other than, like, an anime fan, or maybe, like, some of the stuff that he's into, but, like, he really doesn't say anything about himself online. So I had seen the name, I recognized the name because of it being such a fucking strange name, you know, Anathemy Badesu, but, like, when we met him in person, like, I had no idea what to expect, and then we met him, and now every time he shows up in chat, I'm imagining that dude, you know, like I'm imagining
I can't wait
the
to see
state
that
of
guy
mind
again.
he's writing that comment in, and I'm like, okay, I get how this is that, I get how this could be you, you know, like, even if it doesn't reveal that much about you, now that I know you, I understand how this connects back to you, you know. And then there's people like Gary Always, who we have not met, but he's very active on Twitter and on the
I'm
chat.
not gonna say that
So-
Gary always has had the chance to meet us in real life, but if he wanted to, he had the chance to meet us in real life.
I think
We were in his area for like 3 months last year.
it's true. I don't know if Gary wants to hang. I don't know if everybody wants to cross that bridge. Some people like that it is a what's the word for those parasocial. Some people like the parasocial aspect of it. Some people don't really want to be friends. They want to be
Landon said,
internet
remember,
distance stuff.
Landon said, remember when we all hung with Paru Saru?
I do.
Paru unfollowed me like a year ago. I
Oh,
don't know
no.
what I did, but I unfollowed her. I just followed her back because I do like Paru. She's cool,
Yeah.
but I really don't like when people unfollow me.
Right.
It's
Cool.
not even
Especially
like
if they don't tell you why, because you're
Yeah.
just like, well,
just say it to my face. Say it with your chest.
yeah.
Tell me what I did.
It's hard not to take
Especially
it
on
as
Twitter,
a symbolic
which
gesture.
is purely a fucking silly place for me to exist.
Right.
I'm never being serious on Twitter. Not ever. Anything you read from me on Twitter, not even serious, not even a little bit.
I have a difficult time with like people who use Twitter but aren't using it as like a career thing.
That's stupid. That's
Yeah.
really dumb.
Like,
There
well,
are so many better career avenues than pretending Twitter is an option, especially now.
no,
You know,
no. I was saying the opposite. I think it's weird to be on Twitter if you're not using it as like part of your career.
Oh, sure, I guess. I don't know. I guess I agree with you, but I also don't think that being on Twitter will help your career in almost any way.
I
Unless
think
you're in the same sphere of the internet as you and I are.
yeah, well, there are certain spheres that exist on Twitter heavily, but it's mostly about connect. Twitter's like college. It's just about the connections, you know, and the experience. It's not about anything you learn. Everything you learn is bullshit, but the people are cool. Like, wow, I never realized how much Twitter is like college. Except cheaper.
I never realized how much college is like high school. Well,
Except more expensive.
you know. Anonymous.
College actually was not that much like high school, at least not the one I went to.
It was community college, but you're right. I also went to community college. Anonymous, I can't read all of the messages you're saying. I just have to say you're based. You're doing it exactly
You mean he's
right.
lifted? We've come to the conclusion on this show that based is too hard to understand anymore because now it just kind of means being. There was a guy who showed up. His name was just based earlier, just to say like revolting or something like that.
Oh, okay. You're lifted, I guess. Whatever.
So I mean, this morning I started really preaching the lifted gospel during my big pride rant. But yeah, we're trying to get lifted now. Forget being based because nobody understands what it's based on. It just every time I think the word based now, I just think based on what? Based on
Cringe.
what?
Cringe.
And
That's
based
the
on
answer.
cringe.
That is the answer to based on what? Cringe.
Yeah. Well, see, I used to think that based meant the opposite of cringe, but then when that guy named Based came in and said something cringe, I thought, well, now to me, based means cringe. Like now, somebody saying they are based is cringe. So now it's time to get lifted. We all got to get lifted. We can't be sitting down here at the base. We got to be up here at the top. We got to be lifted.
I'm just gonna read a couple messages from chat I thought were interesting. I think it's a pretty smart policy to not take your friendship seriously if you never plan on meeting in person. But just because you meet in person doesn't necessarily mean they're serious. Yeah,
That's
no shit.
true.
Why I like to meet people in person is because it's really easy to gauge if they're being serious.
You'll
or not.
quickly determine.
If they're being a troll or not. If they're being a troll or not, I won't buy them a beer.
Right. We've definitely met people, not like one-to-one, but at events who, you know, put up a energy of fuck you, and so we put up the well fuck you harder energy right back at them. You know.
Sarah Louise, I have difficulty communicating my thoughts out loud, so my internet persona feels more real to me sometimes than that. That's fair.
I get that. Having met you I don't think you are that different from your internet persona, but it's possible that you had an easier time being that way because you knew me from the internet already. Like, I don't know if that was like an abnormal state for you compared to how you are with other people. Because I know I act very differently with internet people than I do with anybody else, and it's just because I know they know what I'm talking about, and if they don't, I can explain it, and they'll give a fuck. Because like if I'm talking to like my mom and she doesn't get what I'm talking about, and I start explaining it and she can't wrap her head around it in like a minute, then she just stops caring.
An example of someone who I've never met in person, but who I kind of trust implicitly. Do you remember that guy Idam on your stream? He 2 days ago. He lives in Israel. He's born in Israel.
Yes, you were talking to him in the chat.
I was talking to him, and he followed me on Instagram.
Nice.
And he messaged me like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "I'm driving. I cannot respond to this." He said, "I completely understand. Drive safely, but I would love to help you plan your future travels." To Israel is what he's saying.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've only ever heard good things about tourists going to Israel.
Yeah.
It seems like a great place to be as a tourist.
Apparently, even if they're under missile fire, they've got a giant dome that blocks
the Iron
bullets.
Dome. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. If I could be in Israel while the Iron Dome was doing its thing, I would be out in the streets, like recording it, screaming I would be whooping.
Our last boss and his wife were in Israel and like saw
right.
the missiles
Holy
getting
shit.
like shot down.
They were they were like hiding in a basement.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot about that. Necromancer, hey Bird, want to meet up and play pool? Yeah. I've met up with people from the
Sir
internet.
Seat Sitter.
Yeah,
we met Sir Seat Sitter in Knoxville. He runs the Abs in a Six Pack podcast,
We
which
got
is
to play some pool with him.
pretty
get some
funny.
drinks. It was a great time.
He does a lot of prank calls, and I don't know if anybody listens to his show, but he manages to get everybody on it as a guest. It's one of those shows.
He's
one
had
of those,
Alex Jones on multiple times.
which is wild. Yeah. Well, he's one of those guys who like gophers for lots of dudes, so he's like connected, He's been trying to I keep fucking forgetting. He sent me all this shit to get my music up on this site that lets it so other people can use your music in their videos and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he like sent me all this shit, and he was like, just send me your zip files. And I've been streaming constantly, and I've not once thought to do that. So somebody please, next time you see me in front of a computer, remind me to send Sir Seat Sitter zip files of all my music. I'm sure one of you will be here when the next time I'm in front of a computer, which won't be for a couple days. Which also makes me kind of sad that I'm not going to get to watch any Eyes Everywhere videos. Do you know about the schizo I discovered through YouTube recommendations?
No.
Alright, I'll tell you this story. So, a couple nights ago...
And real quick.
Yeah.
Just because we mentioned prank calls with Sir Seat Sitter, and a couple people in the chat said, prank calls are one person said, prank calls are an underrated form of comedy.
I agree.
Phone Losers of America, The Snowplow Show, Wasted Memory, another prank call show.
It's actually wild now.
There's
thinking
a
back.
lot of really
like,
good prank call shows you need to check out if you don't know of them already.
I grew up a very like straight-laced kid who didn't want to do anything to like inconvenience people or bother people, and I feel like I always looked down on stuff like petty thievery or prank calling, all things I do now, because I just thought it was like, I don't know, juvenile, or like, why would you bother? And so when I first started hanging out with Riley and Bird, and they were listening to prank call shows like all the time, at first I was like uncomfortable because I'm thinking of it from the perspective of like a person getting this phone call. But then as I listened to the show, you gradually realize that the only times that the call goes badly is when the person's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, anybody cool gets a prank phone call and thinks it's hilarious, and there's plenty of calls that just go well, and like everybody has a great time. There's people who are like, oh, this is an amazing memory, you know?
You
like,
hang up.
There's people who legitimately are like delighted to get those calls, and then there's people who are just like a total cunt because they feel like they've now, like, oh, you inconvenienced me in this minor way, I now have permission to like ruin your life. Like, these people will literally be like trying to figure out how they can get you thrown in jail or beaten or raped or something. Like, all of those things have been threatened on Brad. just from him doing like
Brad
really
Carter,
goofy.
I
prank
got to
calls.
meet him in person a couple times. He's one of the best people I've ever met. Like, not joking, no, completely serious right now. Brad Carter is one of the best human beings ever. He's
I absolutely
just
believe
such a
it.
sweet guy. I love him so much.
Definitely one of the most effective
Brad is
human
the first.
beings ever.
He took me to the City Museum in St. Louis.
Yeah. Which is an amazing place. And
then
I'm very
I got
glad
to
we
take
got
you
to
there.
go there. Yeah.
When Brad took me and Riley to the City Museum, I was the fucking little goblin running around in all the tunnels and shit.
Yeah.
Like I got to take you and Quinn to do.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of sitting there like, "You're doing that?
Yeah.
That's for children."
Well, that's how I felt when I was doing it too. Is like, wow,
But
these
it's
are
so fun.
these little tunnels
There's
are
so
definitely
many-
not built for adults.
But they were built all throughout. Like it's
Yeah.
the best way to
The
traverse
City
that
Museum is the single coolest building I've ever been inside. I don't think I've ever been more blown away by like a place. I should have said that when somebody asked me what's my favorite place I've been. I
The
didn't.
City Museum.
I
is
always
up
think
there.
about outdoors. I never think about
It's got to be
City
my
Museum
favorite
is
building.
so cool.
Like
so
my
fucking
favorite
cool.
complex, I guess.
I'm like running back through the whole thing in my mind now because there's so much of it, and I'm sure I didn't see all of it.
Real quick, Nick Lucas, who gave us a super chat earlier, is back, and he is back after watching the new Has Been Hotel episode, which is heavily contributed to by Adam Nalen.
Hey.
He has been posting on Instagram about how proud he is of it, and if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. We will
Speaking
definitely
of
be checking it
wonderful
out.
people who are some of the best people I've ever met, Adam
Nalen
Nalen
is a sweetheart.
Adam Nalen is absolutely one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
They're probably. I don't know if they're going to be at too many games.
I haven't reached out to him since meeting him simply because I told him I was going to send him like whatever I wrote, and I have not had a complete project since then. But maybe when Prickly's done, I'll send it to that guy and be like, read my comics, senpai, please.
I'd just like to meet that guy at a con again.
Yeah, unbelievably sweet person. If you ever get the shot, take it. What the fuck were we talking about before the Has Been
St. Louis
Hotel?
City Museum.
Oh yeah, it was sick. Oh, and
That's
prank
cool.
calls.
Prank
Brad
call.
Carter rules, Wasted Memory rules. And Wasted Memory show is just called Wasted Memory, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I fell in love with prank calls when I realized that like the more of them you listen to, the more you start to realize like, wow, only douchebags react badly. Only dumb people get upset, you know? And it's almost always rich old people too. Like there's a subtle, unspoken, like sort of undercurrent guideline behind each prank call show where like Wasted Memory always calls businesses pretty much.
Yeah. Well, and Brad doesn't do that.
Brad almost always calls like
Random
old
people.
Or
But, like,
landlords.
yeah, like
Free water every single day.
he really likes fucking with people who like own a lot of stuff or property or land and are not using it. Like just old people who are sitting on like a massive house full of bullshit that they don't need. I think that's who he has it out for.
Landon. Sorry, names. Brad doesn't care about that. Brad is a big fan of renting and not owning.
And it's not a matter of like caring about it as it is that those are the people who are going to give you the best reactions because they are the most self-important people. Like they're old, they feel like they've earned their place, you know, and they're in like a nice place, so they feel like they're like badass or something. I just think there's tons of like upper middle class American old people who have a sense of self-importance that is fucking through the roof, and they think that like anything that inconveniences them whatsoever must be dealt with by death, you know?
Yeah.
And those are the people that Brad really fucks with, and it's really fucking funny.
I just think people 1 or 2 generations above us don't really understand the climate we're in.
I didn't tell you this earlier. I found out that Jeremy the Quartering used to be a crane game expert.
Like
Crane games.
Like-
Yeah.
like real crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Him and his wife, I don't know if he's still with her, but him and his wife, like,
how could you as a woman stay with a man who was beaten the shit out of by another
By a
woman.
trans woman.
By
yeah.
another woman.
By another woman at all.
I don't
yeah.
know why you're qualifying.
No, you're right. It's true. He had up until 4 years ago, it was like a 2-year thing where they traveled around, like showing people how to do crane game tricks and like,
Now, Anonymous, Jeremy used to do a lot of claw machine vids.
Claw
and
machines,
Magic
yeah.
The Gathering too. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Is the crane machine.
Yeah.
I knew about the Magic the Gathering stuff.
Apparently,
but
he was kicked out of
Yeah.
MTG.
Wizards of the Coast. I mean,
Yeah.
they almost kick Boogie out every year.
That's hilarious. I didn't know Boogie was a Magic guy.
Yeah. No, he was a huge. I mean, he is still. I think.
see.
Boogie owns like $30,000 worth of Magic cards.
There's like a slightly different universe where I'm a big time Magic nerd, and I'm really glad I don't live in that universe.
Then you'd be Vito all the time.
I feel like I dodged a big bullet because the Vito-sized bullet. Because when I was a kid, when I was like,
That's a big bullet.
it was a
300
huge bullet.
pounds?
Yeah. When I was,
How much gunpowder would you need to fire that?
you need a fucking. Try and think of another fat guy, an even bigger guy's size. Gunpowder. Who's a fatter guy than Vito? Ralph? No, he lost weight.
Airsoft fatty.
Everybody else lost weight. Vito's the only one who's airsoft fatty sized gunpowder to launch a Vito sized bullet. I'm really thinking about it. Like most of the other like fat
They
guys in
lost
the
weight or
sector
they're
lost
dead.
weight or they're dead.
Those
yeah.
are the options.
Tony's losing weight.
Tony was streaming
Vinny
boxing
Paulino's-
the other day. I
Yeah.
love that stream.
Vinny
that
Paulino's
was so
losing
fun.
weight.
Not for the walking.
Ralph is losing weight. Fucking Matt Jarbo probably lost weight.
Wait, Vinny lost weight?
Didn't he? I thought he had
I
lost
don't
a little bit of
believe
weight.
that Vinny Paulino has lost any weight.
Okay, maybe not. I thought I'd seen him looking a little thinner, but I could
When have
be
you
wrong.
seen Vinny before?
They're always on the. They do all the shows with video. I follow them on YouTube. You
The
know.
creep off?
Yeah, they do everything with video.
No, I've seen it too. I'm just saying, when
Yeah.
have you seen Vinny?
Yeah, on the creep off.
When have you seen him? When have you like looked at Vinny Paulino and been like, that's a thin man?
Never. I never thought that.
That's what I'm getting at here.
Anyway, the
How
bullet
funny
I
is it?
dodged is that when I was. Have you looked at the chat lately, by the way? Did we get any super chats
No.
lately? Anytime recently?
Nope.
Not even in. When was the last super chat we got?
The $10 from Dash and Scan said I hated him.
Dash and Scan, that was so heartfelt of you. Somebody else should feel hated enough to give us money. Jesus Christ. What the fuck was I talking about?
Someone said Huel's actor from Better Call Saul. Oh, as like a heavier guy, the amount of gunpowder. Do you know who Huel is?
I do not.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about the food substitute.
Huel was in Breaking Bad first, thank you. Also, his name is Huel Babineau, and there's a very popular
Babinoganosh.
GIF of him. Well, look, I can't get a full body shot. That's Huel.
Big man.
Big
Very big
man.
man.
Very
I've seen
big
that
man.
dude in something else. Fuck. What was I just talking about?
Mm.
I fucking got Billy the Fridge's ticking time bomb song stuck in my head, and it keeps wiping away my other thoughts. Can we listen to the new Billy the Fridge album? I can look up the speaker.
No, I got it. I need to do it off my phone.
But we can have the speaker on here. It'll sound better.
Close.
Connected to Trixie's lawn.
Not that. I hope that doesn't fuck with this.
Cool.
Connected to Bird's iPhone.
Thanks.
Trixie's lawn. Disconnected.
Swear to God, oh my God, got a
Very good.
complex. I would tell you this, but tell me what I'll do next.
You can play that a bit louder. There's nobody near us.
I swear to God, oh my God, God damn it. Bored with all the life on this planet, I let them have it. Got bad habits, but living the
It's
bad
not as loud
habits.
even
This
over here.
candy got me randy like Savage with max damage. You ain't serial killer, you capping. like Captain Crunch. You better pack a lunch, cause homie, I pack a punch, it's lights out. There you waking up, it's supper time. No dessert out in the desert if you ever fuck with mine. Tangerine Palpatine, pull up in the limousine. Go farther as a martyr, blow his ass to smithereens. Boom. When your parents leave the room, believe it, pledge allegiance to the Legion of Doom. Join the Illuminati, couldn't fit in the dress. Said I had the perfect body, they were highly impressed. Everybody getting bodied, you wouldn't be the first one. By the time they found you, I'd have drowned you with a sport gun. Honestly, I find bullets quite pedantic. I take you out barehanded, I guess I'm just romantic, why panic? We're all gonna die.
Oh, sorry. I'm watching the stream.
Oh.
So
Before we see that it's all been a lie, nice try. Find me illin' in my goon cave. Bumping new wave, ain't seen daylight in a few days. Too crazy. Yeah, but he cute though. Dumb, fat, and ugly, getting love through a loophole. I'm too cold. That's why they call me the fridge. Giggity, I skip it, you toilet, you bitch. Heard that from the kids. I'm getting older than fuck. At this point, I'm not sure what's even holding it up. No more rolling them blunts. I'm about to roll in my grave. I have to roll me a 20 if they go open them gates. And the whole world's laughing at this goddamn nation. So fuck it, kick the bucket, wrap the goddamn nation. Swear to God, oh my God, got a God complex. God complex. I'ma tell you, there's no telling what I'll do next. I'll do next. Swear to God, oh my God, got a God complex. God complex. I'ma tell you, there's no telling what I'll do next. I'll do next.
Right.
and I really want to be in the right scenario for it.
This is the song I've had stuck in my head
This is
for
on shuffle, is it?
the last like 10 minutes.
Today is crazy, I don't know where it's going. My brain is hazy, there ain't no way of knowing. Whistle blowing, fists are throwing. Maybe you could save me from exploding. I'm a time bomb, ticking time bomb, ticking time bomb. I'm a ticking time bomb. Whistle blowing, fists are throwing. Maybe you could save me from exploding. I got a long dick and a short fuse. If I talk shit, I get more views. I'm cold-blooded, wearing worn shoes. And if I'm feeling trapped, I'ma snap. Just wanna warn you what you want to do. I'll fight you out of boredom, acting like some baby, so maybe I should've bored him. Let God sort him, Excalibur, pull the sword from the body of the stone, deboned, post-mortem. Don't panic, I'll take my fucking Xanax. When I'm manic, I'm aligned with all the planets. Live beyond my means, but I mean I'm living lavish. I'll kick you in the face before I kick my fucking habits. Today is crazy, I don't know where it's going. My brain is hazy, there ain't no way of knowing. Whistle blowing, fists are throwing. Maybe you could save me from exploding. I'm a time bomb, ticking time bomb, ticking time bomb. I'm a ticking time bomb. Whistle blowing, fists are throwing. Maybe you could save me from exploding. Feeling frisky, get with me for scum bumping. A little whiskey, get busy, the blood's pumping. Going Bowser on
You know
a
what this
peach,
kinda
one
sounds like is that
upping.
fucking
I'm just a
Lizzo song.
dumb
The
dumpling
beat,
looking
right?
to hump something. My
I'm
toxic trait is
not
talking
great, so
straight.
I gotta
Hey,
be
good luck.
great.
It don't make sense, but it can still make a buck. Real people turn to
So we're gonna be checking the chat. We have a super chat.
Hey, what's the super chat say?
$2 from Cosmic Blue. Tell Bird about the YouTuber you found on stream.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
and they're fake as fuck. They turn a profit off the honest and then rake it up. This Percocet ain't working yet. I need a rest. You're playing checkers. They're out here playing checkers.
So like 2 or 3 nights ago, I guess. It's hard to remember because I did that long ass stream. I was out in the garage, like watching stuff on the internet, and YouTube just recommends me like a 2 views video that is like some kind of weird schizophrenic title. So I was like, all right, YouTube, sure, let's see what the fuck this is about. And of course, it's a dude ranting schizophrenically, but in that way where I can understand what he's saying, and I'm like, oh no.
Like Finland does.
Well, no, it's not that
I'm
he's.
joking.
Everything he was saying made sense, but it's not
Well-
something that someone should be saying. You know what I mean? Okay, fine, whatever. Like, Finland doesn't exist. But, like, basically, he's really. There seems to be some kind of. He's got two identities, one of which talks to the camera about how much the other one is holding him back. And so all of his videos are him, like, basically explaining through this, like, crazy labyrinthine logic why he is real and deserves to be allowed to do what he wants, but the other voices just won't let him. And, like, he makes several videos every day. He also has a bunch of music videos, and they're great. Like, the songs are great, the videos are great. He released an album last night. Most of y'all probably haven't heard this. I woke up this morning to a new album. I listened to it right away. I liked it. I sent to Sarah. She liked it. So it's got the experimental hip hop fans a seal of approval between me and Sarah. So I'm like kind of I really like this guy's. I think he's a real artist, but he's really tormented. Like, really clearly going through it, like really going through it, you know, in a way that it's like, I don't know what you could say to this dude that would help his situation. It seems like he understands the problem. That's the craziest part. It's like he clearly gets what the issue is, and he's just mad that it's happening. He can't make it stop, you know. And it's like, damn, how do you power through that? Like, logic won't work. He's doing the logic. The logic is fine. The logic is sound. The logic's not working, you know. Feel for that guy. It's called Eyes Everywhere, but spelled E-I-S everywhere. Probably means something that I don't know.
I found Finland's video. We're gonna be listening.
Oh boy, alright, we're all going to hear about why Finland's not real.
If you think I'm appalling, I'll take all y'all in the junk. Life is too short to walk a straight line. You hate your own life, of course you gon' hate mine. Don't live for the haters, I live for the lovers.
I think Finland is mostly water.
No simping, stay sipping. It's whatever's clever. Got a bevy of best. Thirsty, never, never, never. Stick together with the ones who bring the laughter. Nobody's guaranteed that happily ever after. Write another chapter, 1,000
This is
words
like the
picture
most
this.
chilled
Turn
out
a midlife crisis to a midlife chrysalis.
Oh yeah, turn a midlife crisis to a midlife chrysalis. Such a fucking good line. He said he almost called the album Midlife Chrysalis.
Universe provides us collide and make it fake. You want the truth? Look into my baby blues. I've been that dude since I was wearing baby shoes. Took my first steps, started paying dues. Until my last breath, I'll be making moves. Ever since I was a baby, baby. Ever since I was a baby, babe. Ever since I was an itty bitty little teeny tiny little bitty baby boy. And another one gone, gone. Gone, gone, and another one gone, gone. Gone, gone, and another one gone, gone. Gone, gone, and another one gone. You want the truth? Look into my baby blues. I've been that dude since I was wearing baby shoes. Took my first steps, started paying dues. Until my last breath, I'll be making moves. I'll be making moves. I'll be making moves. Some people got it made.
This one is one of my less favorite songs.
All that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good
Ladies and
men to do
gentlemen, we
nothing.
live in a post-fact world.
I'm gonna go to the back.
It's hard to over...
No, go ahead and play it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a post-fact world. It's hard to overstate this fact, if it is indeed a fact, and it couldn't be more true if it is true of the so-called country of Finland, or Finland.
Finland.
Inhabited by so-called Finns, this is supposed to be a landmass between Sweden and Russia, whose capital is Helsinki. From my investigations, I found a source that you can find here, which tells a different story. I'll be speaking to Henroki, who is a self-proclaimed Finn, who comes from the island of Åland. The country of Finland was, in fact, created by an agreement between the Soviet Union and Japan. They signed a secret trade deal before World War II broke out, whereby the Soviet Union would allow Japan to fish in the Finnish Sea, which is the area where Finland is supposed to be, and fish large amounts of fish, of course, because fishing regulations don't apply to solid land. This fish and the products would be then transported across the Trans-Siberian Railway, which was built at the end of the 19th century, and across Asia all the way into Japan. The company in charge of these...
B,
Yeah.
did you catch that he just claimed a railroad went all the way to Japan from Siberia?
I did not.
He claimed that a railroad went from Siberia to Japan, which would... The Mongols couldn't even sail boats from China to Japan. Why would building a railroad make any sense? I mean, Finland isn't real, though. Finland's not real. There's no way Finland's real. It's a conspiracy. The Russians and the Japanese came up with it. They built a railroad to get all these fish, just so that everyone didn't know about it. And no one's found out about it since. It's a big... or not even that no one's found out about it since. We're all covering it up. Constantly.
We are
everyone.
all covering it up.
We as a society are contributing to
Every
that.
single one of
That
us
Finland isn't real.
has made sure.
operations is Nokia, which is one of Finland's largest companies. One of the countries that Nokia sells the most products to is Japan. It's a telling fact that despite being
How is the
nominal
chat reacting
enemies,
to this? I guess
the Soviet
I'm
Union
not- wait,
and
I
Japan
can go
had
read it
very
on the
few
phone.
confrontations directly during World War II. In fact, they signed a peace treaty in 1941.
Do y'all know about this?
Just before Germany invaded the Soviet Union. In order not to upset the Soviet Union and escalate the conflict further during the Cold War, most countries went along with this farce. Now,
You see, B, in order to not make the Cold War a real war, we all just continued to believe that Finland wasn't real. We just pretended with Russia and Japan that Finland wasn't real, so that we wouldn't devolve into nuclear war with everyone.
It's really a trip how not visible we are behind
most
this
people
fire.
who are called Finns, the story goes, are actually people who come from the eastern parts of Sweden and
Which is it, Western
some
or Eastern?
regions of the Baltic states.
This is kind
and
of
the
like a
western
birds
parts
aren't
of
real thing,
Russia.
yeah.
I also have
What?
some pieces of evidence
There, yeah,
that
is
I
this like a
found
birds
myself.
aren't real thing?
If
I
you have a
said
quick
kinda,
look
yeah.
on
I
Google
think this
Maps
is sort of a parody of
of all
a...
No,
places,
this is from.
you'll find that
this is from 7
between
years ago. This is
Sweden
before
and
Birds Aren't
Russia,
Real.
there is
Oh, really?
a sea. And the name of it is right there. It's the Finnish Sea. I'll leave you with one last piece of information. Have a look at the flag of Norway. As you can see here, the flag of Norway looks very much like the flag of the Soviet Union with a Finnish flag embedded within it. I think this is more than just a coincidence. I think that Norway is trying to tell us something. And we
Norway's
should
trying to
listen.
tell us something, guys.
Henroki has tried to
This is the
persuade
best
me
part of the video.
that Finland does indeed exist.
This
Have a
guy
look.
is.
Hello
interviewing
everyone,
a
I am
real Finnish
Henroki
person.
Mattinpoika and I'm Associate Travel Chronicle.
What did you think about the information I sent over?
Well, I'm astonished, of course.
Right.
I don't know quite what to think of it and who are these people. And my first immediate thought is to sort of juxtapose the position that are they real?
You're talking about the people who are discussing or bringing forward the
Well, you think Finland isn't real? Are you real?
Yeah.
Are any of us, man?
evidence that Finland isn't actually a real country.
Yes.
We might already be at an impasse, Henrik, because I think that there is plenty of. I think a lot of that evidence is valid. I mean, you would consider yourself a Finn, is that right?
Yes, yes, very much so. Yes.
So where are you from exactly?
I'm from the Åland Islands, southwesternmost region of Finland, an
Right,
autonomous region of Finland.
So those islands are not on the main supposed landmass of Finland, is that right?
That's right. I think that if you were to examine evidence from maps and so on, you will find that the islands and the cluster of islands have, due to plate tectonics, drifted out and positioned itself really nicely in the middle of the Baltic Sea.
Have you been to the landmass?
Yes, I have. I have many times, yes. I have traveled the entire length of that landmass from the islands in the southwest via Nordendal and Turku, two of the main ports on the western seaboard, up through the length of the country to the border town of Ivalo in the northeast. And I've even crossed the border there to what was then known as the Soviet Union.
How did you initially get into the landmass? How did you travel there?
Via ferry.
Via ferry.
Yeah.
I take it that you didn't have a particular way to track whether you were indeed traveling into the supposed landmass and not, say, towards the Baltic states, so Estonia, Lithuania, etc.
Not per se. I took it as evidence that I had arrived in mainland Finland when I entered through customs and immigration at the port of Naantali, as it's called, Nordendal.
I take it you speak Finnish?
Somewhat poorly, I will admit.
Wait, so what actually is your main language?
Swedish.
Right, so you don't actually speak Finnish?
I know the essential words. Lihapiirakka, nakit, herätyskello,
These are essential words?
perkele.
Do you know, have you got people that you know who come from, say, Helsinki or anywhere on the
essential words, and like those words sounded
on the land?
complicated as fuck. The essential words.
I have met people from there.
That's
Yes.
true.
And I have friends that live there at this present moment as well. Peter and his wife, for instance.
Okay, and you know for sure that they live there, or is it just something that they tell you?
I actually never visited their home, but they do say that they live in Helsinki, yes.
Right. Who do you work for? Are you a freelance, or do you work for a specific company?
I do work for a specific company, however, I'm at this point reluctant to.
Just look, are you freelance or do you work for a specific company? Are you either of the options?
Right. So which organization that's trying to cover up the non-existence of Finland do you work for?
Don't worry. Henrocky's gonna give it away.
Disclose
Henrocky's gonna ruin his story.
the name of that company.
Wait,
but
is it Nokia? Do you work for Nokia?
Ooh, he laughed.
No, I don't work for Nokia. I work for a writing organization. I am an associate content provider. And I think, with regards to my employment and the nature of my employer, this is as far as I can go. But I guarantee you that it's all above board. I have much more evidence. Bear with me. I will reach into my bag.
So before he gets into his absolutely ridiculous examples of evidence, I don't know if you remember this part of the video.
This is the funniest part to me, because this Finnish guy is so desperate to prove that Finland exists, but he doesn't understand that there's nothing he
can do.
There's nothing you could do. What the hell are what are you going to point to, and we're not going to say, well, you just got that in Sweden.
The funniest thing to me that I can't believe I've never realized is that Henrocky is literally just like a Finnish reporter.
Oh, Yeah,
'Cause
okay.
He's like, oh, I don't work for Nokia. I work for a publication.
Yeah.
And he says that kind of at the beginning too. Henrockey's just a reporter who was trying to make this guy look dumb.
Yeah. And then became afraid that he was maybe being trapped in something and was like, yeah, I'm not. Because he says, at this point, I'm not going to tell you my employer. Like, he would have, but he's quickly realized this person is unhinged, so he does not want to.
I just can't believe I never like made that jump before.
Yeah.
I've always been like, this fucking guy's an agent for the for Interpol or something. This guy's messing with Finland, man. And chat. This video is titled "Does Finland Exist?" ? No.
It's such a good name.
I highly recommend that after we watch this on stream and after the stream is over, you go back and watch this video about 50 more times.
Asking and answering the question in the title is fucking perfect.
The channel name is Mr. James 3. 3 as in like the third. I.
Is this the only
I have here.
he's got?
I've never watched any of his other
A
videos,
copy of
but he has a couple
Tuntematon
videos with like
Sotilas.
1 million views.
Damn.
Unknown
And they're
Soldier,
nothing to do with this. I've never watched them.
from famed Finnish writer Väinö Linna.
So
Chronicle.
Henrocky's first example is a random Finnish movie that no one's ever heard of.
He literally has a bag
The
full of Finnish shit
difficulties
to prove that
of the
Finland's
Finnish
real.
soldier
It's a story.
during
movie is about a
the
Finnish
war
soldier,
against Soviet.
and they fought against the Soviets.
Okay.
Must be real.
Yes.
Anything else?
Yes.
Like how
I-
quickly he dismisses that. Okay.
Yeah,
Anything
whatever,
else?
dude.
I wouldn't say that would be conclusive. I mean, it's easy to fabricate such evidence.
How can this? Okay, well,
He's so confused.
I think by the time I have presented my full body of physical evidence, we will be in a different position.
Okay.
I have here a copy of the book De hängda rävarnas skog by komik-writer Arto Pasilina.
So real quick, ladies and gentlemen, to prove this guy who claims to be Finnish, his proof of Finland existing up until this point is a movie no one has ever heard of that could easily be mass replicated in any
Yeah.
other country than Finland, and a book that no one has ever heard of. That could be
After
mass
the movie
replicated
thing,
in
I don't know
Finland.
why he thought the book was gonna work. Like, guy, the argument is that everyone is colluding to present Finland as real
I think once
for like
you
a
see
tax
his
evasion
full body
purpose
of
or something.
evidence, you're gonna have a different
Like,
opinion.
of course they would write books and
remember
movies
what
about
other
it being
evidence he
real.
has?
They need it to be real. I remember him bringing out like a fucking baguette or some shit. I don't remember.
That's so funny. You don't remember.
I've never heard of him.
I've
Mhm.
never heard.
He's very popular, I will say. Everyone knows him. I have here. I don't know if you can see.
What's that? What is it?
This is a twig from a tree.
He's got a twig
man.
from a tree that only grows in
Hey
Finland.
man, prove that Finland exists. Well, here's a twig.
Jesus fucking Christ. This
From
guy.
Finland. It's interesting. I don't know if you can see how the fibers are structured in one way at the root. However, the branches and the fibers go off in a different way.
This motherfucker really Googled
This is a
Finland and like what
testament
is
to
in
the-
and you got this in
then
Finland
brought
during your
all of it
travels?
in a backpack.
Yes, from the islands actually, but yes, they are in Finland.
All of it
From
in
the
a
island.
backpack
Whoa,
to a
hang on
Skype
second.
call, by the
This
way.
twig isn't even from Finland.
Wait,
This twig is from the islands around Finland.
what the fuck? How is that supposed to prove that
Well,
Finland's
and
real?
remember, this guy isn't even from Finland. He's from the islands surrounding Finland.
You ever make a good argument so poorly it makes your argument look worse?
Yeah, try being a reporter.
Unfucking believable.
Or Gary always.
So you said
Yes,
Just
from the islands,
mean
yeah.
for no
which
reason.
islands?
The Åland Islands.
The ones where people speak Swedish.
Yes. Okay, I have two more pieces of evidence, if I may.
Yeah. Please continue.
And hopefully this will ultimately sway anyone in doubts. I present to you. Bear with me. a Finnish passport.
Suomi.
Suomi, Finland.
How can I know this isn't a forgery, Henrik?
Yes, of course. Well, that brings me.
How can I know this isn't a forgery? Well, I don't want to show my passport on a live video interview, so that's a good question. Let me bring up some other bullshit.
To my ultimate piece of evidence. This is a photograph of my parents.
What?
His last piece
Okay.
of evidence is just a picture of his mom and dad.
And they're finished, so there you go.
But they also
Taken
live. They also live in Åland.
Yes, they live on the islands, and this photograph is
This guy
taken
must
in
have
the
had-
archipelago.
Finland.
When this guy...
Not on mainland.
Not on mainland. I have, aside
guy
from the
packed this
passport,
backpack thinking
which
he was
were
going to a
actually
very
issued at the
different
embassy, Finnish
interview
embassy
from
in
what he
London,
went to,
I have no physical evidence from the actual mainland,
Now, I didn't find this evidence very persuasive, but I'll let you decide.
which were
I
actually issued.
just want to replay that real quick. I'm pretty sure he says I have no physical evidence from the mainland.
Yeah.
That makes me think Finland isn't real, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, he made it
At the
pretty...
embassy, Finnish embassy in London, I have no physical evidence from the actual mainland.
Now, I didn't find this evidence very persuasive, but I'll let you decide on the matter. Please don't normalize Finland. In other news, Belgium also doesn't exist. Have a look at this.
You appear to have a loathing for the very concept of the existence of nation states. Perhaps that's because you come from Belgium, which of course is pretty much a non-country. Let's just remember that you yourself, as Belgian Prime Minister, didn't even know your own national anthem. You famously said back in 2006 that it was only beer and football that held the country together.
I suspect that Belgium, the creation of Belgium, was part of a proxy war between Germany and France. They have been
I don't
long-term
remember that he
rivals,
went into
and
Belgium
Germany, I
at
think,
the
is
end of
trying
this
to
video.
claim the area of
He
Belgium.
just tacked on a whole
And as you can see
Belgium
here,
versus-
if you rotate
I'm
the
not
Belgian
joking.
flag
This is
by 90 degrees to the
best
right,
YouTube
and you
video
swap
ever
out the
made.
yellow and the red bits,
I don't know about
it's
all that.
startlingly similar
You've seen
to the
potion
German
selling,
flag.
right?
If you go to the Wikipedia page for Belgium, you'll find that the official language is not a single language called Belgian, which doesn't actually exist, but it is 3 languages: Dutch, French, and German. If you go to Google Maps once again, you'll find that the area that's meant to be occupied by Belgium
Oh my God, how
is
long
actually
does
the
he go on about
intersection
Belgium?
of 3 countries, France, Germany, and the Netherlands. Brussels, which is supposed to be the capital of Belgium, is divided in 3 parts. A wall runs across the French quarter, or third, I guess, the Dutch quarter, and the EU-occupied German quarter. Now, I say in the words of Ronald Reagan, Ms. Merkel, tear down that wall. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
It is my favorite YouTube video ever.
Take us back to the chat. What are they talking about? What's going on? What's happening? How do you guys feel about Finland and its realism? Do you think Finland's
I
realistic?
missed a lot of this chat. Hang on.
Yeah, that was like a 20-minute video.
15 minutes. Norway is in on it. Isn't Studio Killers from Finland? No, they're from the islands or something. Every time someone talks about Finland, all I can think is that My Summer Horror Game. I don't remember that.
Me neither.
I told you what his channel name was. I need a short sample to put right before this hard-ass drop. What should I sample? Does Finland exist? Question
Yeah.
mark. No.
Yeah. Sample
By
that video.
Mr. James III. The premise kind of seemed like just a random shitpost, right? But now this conversation is an intense chaos game of mutual trolling.
Dude,
I'm fascinated.
I just the way that I really think that I think that guy, when you pointed out that he's probably a reporter, it made me
He's
think.
trying to gotcha him.
Yeah, he thought it was gonna be like a really dumb idiot. Like he thought this guy doesn't. This
Which
guy
he
thinks,
is.
but he's pretending, right? Like I think the video is a troll.
I hope.
Well, just because he's so unflappable about it, and I mean, it starts off with him saying like nothing is true. He drops a bunch of like obvious non-facts in the
I mean, is
video.
Belgium even real?
So I think the video is a troll, but the guy thought he was going to be like owning just a total moron, and so when he showed up and he realized as it's going like, oh, I don't know how to like argue with you. You're just saying no. Like he didn't really argue at all. He just said, well, that's easily falsifiable. Well, that could easily be faked. Well, what makes that real? You know, like it wasn't like even an attempt at an argument. The guy was just like, I don't know how to take this. It's like all of his evidence actually made him sound way worse. Like the fact that he had nothing from the mainland, his parents aren't even actually Finnish, his fucking he can't show his passport because he doesn't want to show his name. It's brilliant.
Let's see. Finn getting absolutely mobbed by the Finland isn't real guy. This is one of the absolute conversations of all time. Ellen, oh man, I have 2 friends from Belgium. Did I imagine them? Sad face. This is the historian of all time. The Belgium pivot is a 4D chess move, and he's proving he's so right about Finland that he's moving right past the entire debate.
That's true.
Gary
That's true. He did just say, all right, well, we all know Finland's not real. Let's go on to Belgium.
Gary always, I've been to Belgium, but who knows? Could have just been to Germany. Total Finnish defeat.
I've never been. I've always been confused because I thought Belgium was part of Germany for like a really long time. They're like next to each other, right? No, they're not.
They are.
Okay, I thought so.
When he busted the stick out as proof of Finland's existence, that's when I knew that Finland was done.
That was mind blowing. And then the stick wasn't even from the mainland.
Yeah, right?
He had a fucking twig of a tree, and he's like, look at the fibrous molecules. It only grow.
Do you think that this historian isn't aware that there are islands around the supposed landmass of Finland? Fucking kidding me right now. Finland's not real, dog.
Unfucking believable.
The fact that he's a reporter is what makes it perfect. Journalistic integrity, in air quotes, has always been a myth.
It's true. We don't know for sure that he's a reporter, but that is what it.
I'm pretty sure.
That's the best guess. It makes the most sense, based on what he said.
Who else would
try?
guy?
Yeah. Who else would be so determined? Who else would show up with a fucking bag full of shit that they thought was going to make their point? Like
here's a picture of my parents.
Directing
it's not a bag full of shit. It was a Zoom interview. He just had all that shit in his house.
Oh, I thought he said he had it all in a backpack at one point.
Maybe he did. That would be stupid.
I just thought he had said like in my bag here or something like that. Do we want to listen to more Billy the Fridge? We might be going to bed soon, y'all, so if you got anything that you want to say, super chat it, because then we'll stay up longer to talk. Otherwise, there is a song we should play from that album, though. The song Evolution. It's so fucking good. It's got the best chilled out hook. It's definitely a fire staring song, I think. Also, one of his, I think he said his nephew plays the saxophone in this song, and it's lit, or trumpet, whatever the horn is in this song.
A saxophone is not a horn.
A saxophone's not a horn.
With love or war, I go for the throat.
It's a trumpet, right?
Whether it's love or war, I go for the throat. Toe to toe, blow for blow. You don't want that choke. If I go for broke, I make sure that shit's broken. Kool-Aid through the walls, then leave that bitch open. You can follow my lead and pass right through. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Y'all preaching to the choir, I'm dancing with the devil. If she's in another castle, then I'm on another level. In the Garden of Eden, beg your pardon, we eating deep in the heart of me greedy. I'm hardened and feeding you, starving and bleeding. Hit you with the bone crusher, keep on bumping them gums, then we gon' touch you. Pause, stop, rewind, erase tape. Toss them in the trunk, go make that bass shake. Make your face break, snap your damn neck. My resume a ransom, no write that damn check. Big chillin', monkey chillin', gorilla, banana pillin'. Ape shit, your man's illin'. Evolution of a mad villain. Big chillin', monkey chillin', gorilla, banana pillin'. Ape shit, your man's illin'. Evolution of a mad villain. I don't climb mountains, I'm mountains. Nickelodeon time fountains. Aggle crag, no need to brag. Get the bag and then I'm bouncing. Pour it out, 40 ounce. Big beef Billy with a porterhouse. Eat you out your house at home, pick up the phone, let's order out. The Cadillac with a battle axe or a box cutter and a Prius. The only thing that'll save you now is a love letter to Jesus. I make dad rap for the fatherless. I'm madcap and marvelous. If you don't like it, bite it, add the last dab and gargle it. I said, listen, mister, this the way that it goes. You couldn't walk it
I make dad rap for the
stepping on toes.
I can't get over
Talk a lot
that.
of shit, just know everyone knows. We might walk the same line, but only one of us close. Off that Dr. Dre chronic sipping Hennessy raw. Get these knuckles, no Sonic, Sega, je ne sais quoi. I'm just being
Sega,
honest,
je ne
fuck
sais
whatever
quoi.
you saw. Oh, it's come about your pocket, I'ma make a withdraw. Big chillin', monkey chillin', gorilla, banana pillin'. Ape shit, your man's illin'. Evolution of a mad villain. Big chillin', monkey chillin', gorilla, banana pillin'. Ape shit, your man's illin'. Evolution of a mad villain. I'd be happy to punch you in the face. Some people need therapy, some people just need to be punched in the face. I'll punch you in the face. I'd be happy to punch you in the face. I'd be happy to punch you in the face. Some people need therapy, some people just need to be punched in the face. I'll punch you in the face. I'd be happy to punch you in the face.
I would say it's straight lifted.
Alright. I'm checking the chat one more time. Then we're putting out the file. Alright, well, Ellen is now breaking out a bottle of vodka.
Oh shit. Play another Billy the Fridge. Play Kill Tony. Kill Tony is fucking.
super chat.
Oh shit. What's the super chat
Play
say?
Butt Chugger by Endless Jess and give your thoughts. Is that on YouTube?
Probably. Butt Chugger is a classic, and it's like 6 minutes long.
Oh boy.
Man.
Not even gonna give us a minute for every
man.
or $1 for every minute.
How is it that? How
this
is
a
it that?
7 minutes long.
How is it that Jesse and Billy the Fridge have not already done a song together? That's actually crazy.
Do you think Jess would be annoyed?
Well, let me tell you a tale from when I was young, when my butt was smooth but my mood was glum. I didn't fit in with the other children. I was weird, had a beard and Down syndrome. I was tall for my age, 6'10", getting picked on. Never had a single friend. On the short bus home, sitting in the back, every day alone with my donkey dong wrapped around my waist, tucked in my butt where it was safe from the bugs on my nuts. Dirty old clothes and I smelled like farts, butt ripped apart, leaking, so I had to plug it shut. Got home, rubbed my butt on the rug, watching cartoons, scratching my caboose like a pug. Burnt my skin till a man walked in with a skim milk jug and he taught me how to chug.
I don't know. It's probably just like why I don't necessarily listen to Jess.
Oh yeah.
It's great. It's genuine.
Now,
He
I
does
had never
push it
met
to the
this
extreme.
man before, but he
Well,
looked
this
like
song
a
in
god
particular
from
is
down
about
on the
butt
floor. He had a
chugging.
windbreaker on with the rip
Yeah,
away
P-style
pants,
is
and he broke that
ridiculously
wind with a
much.
hip break dance. He was spinning on his head like a top, legs spread like a chopper as he slowed down to a stop. He filled his butt to capacity.
This song
Then he
actually has a
farted
very
and it rained down
moving
back at me
message.
like a crazy
song is not
daisy,
just purely
spurting milk
antics.
out everywhere while his hairy legs flopped about, showering me with the creamy white potion. Then he rubbed my butt with lotion, taught me how to be cool like him, and promised me no matter what we'd always be friends. Thanks, butt chugger.
I have no idea.
I love
Everything
you.
he does is behind
Well,
the
the kids line up for the butt chug man. Here's the jingle coming from the butt chug van. Here comes the butt chug man with a bottle of rum and a funnel in his hand. So I went.
Hey there, what can I get? What started?
I went back to school. I felt a lot better. Butt chugger came along in a thong and a sweater. He parked his van on the recess playground, played his little jingle, and the kids gathered all around. Then, just as I had anticipated, they were all blown away as the chugger demonstrated. Soon all the kids started dropping their pants, slapping their butts together in a trance, chugging their milk, chug one, chug all. I even saw one kid using a straw. They raised me up, hip hip hooray! I was popular at last. What a wonderful day! The children got down from the slides and swings and bowed on the ground to the butt chug king. And then the butt chugger marched. And as he stomped his feet, we marched behind to the butt chug beat in an orderly line. All through the town with their pants down, milk running down her thighs, dripping to the ground. He was using his funnel as a megaphone, saying, "Chug with your butt and you'll never chug alone." We were saving the world through stepping through the streets. We didn't even hear the sirens of the police. Well, the kids line up for the butt chug man. Here the jingle comes from the butt chug man. Here comes the butt chug man with a bottle of rum and a funnel in his hand. Well, many years passed since that sad day when they took my friend Butt Chugger away. He was left to rot in a tiny cell. My mom and pop said he'd burn in hell. They didn't understand, parents never do. I stopped butt chugging cause they told me to. For most kids, I guess it had seemed like a dream. I was the last one who still believed. Through high school, all the way through college, they took me to a therapist who said we can't allow this, suppressed my delusions and silenced my stories with antidepressants and mood suppositories. I was finally functioning normally, but on the inside, I was just back to being lonely. I went to parties and I stood in the corner, feeling like an outcast and a loner. All of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, a man waved hi, a familiar guy. Could it be? No way, it couldn't be. The doctor warned me about things I shouldn't see. I looked around, nowhere to be found. I was sweating, feeling like there's something in my past I'm forgetting. I needed a change of setting, so I ducked into the bathroom. And there he was in the same blue tracksuit, with a snaggletooth, mustache and hat too, bulging his ripaways pointing right at you. I could have cried, I recognized my friend. He was back, we could chug once again. Suddenly, everything became clear. I realized I was looking in the mirror. Damn.
Jess was the butt chugger all
He
over.
Now
was the
I
butt chugger.
understand.
Well, apparently in this song
Time
he's
to get
Cody
this party
LaRue.
chugging. I came out and hit the lights with some
The guy
Listerine,
who's
stood
in
on my
the
head,
photo there
and
is a
said
guy
it's time to
named
get the
Cody
pipes
LaRue.
clean.
He's a good
It's time
friend
to
of
party
Jesse's.
bottoms up, let's chug.
He's like a filmmaker.
Everybody rub your butts on the rug, get a
And,
rip on loose, then sploosh some lotion on each other's caboose,
according
form
to
a party
Jesse,
locomotion. Now
he
flip
one
around
time
and
at a
get
party
clean
kept
with the
making
Listerine
jokes that
rinse.
he was the
Repeat,
butt
get
chugger.
sterile, lock
So
feet
Jesse
like
made
monkeys
this
in a
song
barrel,
about it,
we're
and he has
team,
no
victory is
recollection
sweet.
of this.
It's
Cody
a miracle on
insists
Butt Chug Street.
does
Now
not
we're all
remember ever
together.
insisting
Now we're
on
all a
being a butt
family.
chugger, but-
Time to take the party to another
like
galaxy.
something
Remove the
Yeah.
Sean Johns, come on, it's not queer. Put the beer bong in your ear, it's not wrong here. I'll be cheering you on, don't get annoyed. Pay respect to your rectal cavitoid. Chug, 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 chug it up your butt. Yeah, that's good. Chug, 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 chug. You did it. We all knew you could. And now I go to wherever I'm needed to spread the word. Butt chugging's in season. If you need me, I'll be there for you. 'Cause I'm the butt chugger.
Cody LaRue. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. This is my favorite part of the song.
His butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother. Cody LaRue's the butt chugger. He's gonna make you his butt chug brother.
There he goes. There goes the butt chugger off into the distance.
Alright, that was pretty
Cody
incredible.
LaRue.
Let me check back in the chat before I just start reading the descriptions of Endless Jess's Patreon tiers. Alright, it's all just peaches in the chat.
The part where he reveals Cody LaRue reminds me of in Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny when it's like, and out of the smoke emerged Chuck Norris.
Alright. Alright, so Endless Jess, $1 tier, Gak Face. Endless Entertainment. Here goes, Gak Face. This is your all-exclusive pass to go surfing with the sewer priest and behold the endless wonders and blunders of my cursed multiverse. In addition to my massive public library of content from my centuries-long YouTube career, there are over 350 exclusive videos, songs, and miscellaneous works never seen by the public, and more every month. Each and every post also comes fully loaded with one of my world-renowned write-ups.
It's true. His write-ups are incredible. Endless Jess and Dick Masterson do the best write-ups on the internet.
Which I
period.
promise are highly entertaining, often quite long, and even at their most moronic still contain a level of effort far beyond that of your ordinary internet hack. Because I have this insane quirk called, all bold, actually giving a shit. That's
true.
Thousands of videos spanning a decade.
I don't know how he survived that for so long.
Yeah. That's thousands of videos spanning a decade-plus career, hundreds of which have never and will never be seen by the public, and each and every one containing a funny text post, all for the bare minimum of pledges. For a measly $1, you can stuff the endless ocean and experience its myriad marvels. All bold. It's literally the best deal on all of Patreon.
That's true. That is literally the best. If it's only $1 to get all this content, that is literally by far the best deal on all of Patreon.
The $3 tier, Butt Chug Brother.
Cody LaRue's the
Dangerous
butt chugger.
Literature.
It's gonna make you
You're a
his butt
highly
chug
literate
brother.
butt chug brother, not some brainless baby boy. That means you're not gonna give some stink-brained $1 diaper pledge. You're farting up the big boy bucks because your nose knows the real pros of pros, and it supposes my roses smell sweeter than any other brains. So in addition to all the wonderful stuff the $1 peasants get, well-read pootricians like you also get to
Fucking
intoxicate
pootricians.
yourself on the barrel-aged brew of my esteemed Butt Chugger blog. A monthly bonus post that goes down smooth and will doubtless prove to be of timeless literary significance. Every month, your precious $3 eyes will look upon an extra exclusive presentation of paragraphs on some important topic or another. Sorry, the smoke got in my eyes. It won't just be some phoned-in, half-asleep tripe, like when I run out of things to say about a crappy game on part 17 of a Let's Play series. This will be something worthwhile to make you smile, and at least somewhat lengthy, because I do run on when I get the runs. Quality I can guarantee, but subject matter will vary wildly. That's part of the fun, son. I love that sentence.
He's a rapper.
This whole thing has been a rap.
Yeah.
What will it be this time? A dangerously satirical stink piece, or a socially irresponsible thought crime? A passionate political tirade, or furiously philosophical essay, or no, there's not an A there. I was reading it right. On the various natures of things. Perhaps some earnest poetry or quiet contemplation. Ruminations on ruined nations, or simple appreciation for fine and dandy things. Vacation journals, vocational hurdles, complaints and grievances for the whole stupid world, and true stories from my actual life. Maybe I'll just tell you how my day is going. It's the diary of a rad man, so read at your peril. Think of it like subscribing to a highbrow literary magazine. Like the New Yorker, I guess, but much cooler and less lame. A monthly map of mental musings from a macho maniac in a padded cell called civilization. Hell, I might just throw in a vlog too once in a while, or an audio recording, or an MS Paint drawing, or whatever dumb crap I can think of. So put that funnel in your tunnel and push aside those turds to make way for my words, because I'm pouring them into your brain the long way, the wrong way. Just like the song said. I love him.
That was all just the $3 tier description, right?
Yeah, there's more too.
Jesus fucking Christ. Holy fuck.
Are you ready?
He found every shit canal pun he possibly fucking could.
Ellis Jess is amazing. I have to...
You become his butt truck brother?
I mean, I don't know if he'd want me as a butt truck brother.
Butt truck.
Gary, always, I see your super chat and we will listen to Pussy Gangsters. What, can we listen to Pussy Gangsters?
Yeah, if you want to. Why wouldn't we be able to?
I don't know. He said, is that too
It's
dark?
another Jesse song.
I just want to finish reading the page right.
It is a very, it's probably his most, like, torqued song, sexually speaking.
Anyway, but Jesse's not going to say anything that will, like, be anti-YouTube, right?
It's a YouTube video. It's on YouTube.
Okay, good. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
No,
know.
it'll be fine. It's
Anyway.
probably been played on Drunken Peasants too.
Good. Before we do that, $5. Helping Hand. Full American citizenship. Access to Discord, AMA, and polls. You're a real American. A rootin' tootin' old-fashioned
There's a cute
fanboy.
picture of a
Of
pig
miniature
with a
pig.
hat, a
He's
cowboy hat.
pig. Ham on the range. At this tier, you pass the bacon bar to full citizenship and all the privileges it entails.
By the way, I have to tell you that you don't know this. For me, every like third sentence is like a ancient meme that he's been doing since like.
I do know this.
Like stuff like Ham Boy is like, oh okay, it's the Ham Boys, all right. You know,
I don't know
like,
the memes. I know that these are
I
all.
don't. Oh, Ham Boy is the weirdest one because it started where we literally, it was at RadCon 1, I think. We were all getting out of the car on our way into Cookout, and somebody was making a reference to ham boning, the thing from regular show, and
Ham
like
bone.
didn't quite finish the sentence, and Jess just thought he was saying ham boy, and so he was like trying to say it with him, was like ham boy, and so we all just thought ham boy. We're like, yeah, let's be ham boys, and then like ham boy just became this eternal meme within the PCP fan base. It's like what we called our fans was ham boys.
Such as an exclusive invite to the prestigious America Discord server. A gentle hams club for old boys and gals to engage in civil discourse and politically incorrect shitposting. You can be as problematic, stupid, or horny as you want, as long as you don't act like a jackass. There's no turds allowed in this punch bowl. The only rule is you have to be cool. Join the national conversation with your fellow cyber swine on all the important issues of the day, like video games, wrestling, and whatever else people care about. Shill your own art if you want, or discuss my content and offer suggestions of your own. You can interact with me directly when I'm online or leave a confounding query in the AMA section where I'll answer any burning questions you have that don't give me a migraine. Of course, not everyone is a perpetually online weirdo. Those of you who open parentheses, rightfully close parentheses, think Discord is stupid and don't care about having one will still receive fabulous perks in this tier. I will make sure to put out the occasional newsletter post about my current happenings or goings on where you can offer your open parentheses, hopefully close parentheses, valuable feedback and exercise your American right to vote in various polls about what the hell I'm doing next or whatever the hell I feel like gathering precious data on. What games do you want to see on the blue glow? It's up to you, bro. What series do you want to see more of? Tell me more, bro. Which of my current goals or obsessions should I be focusing on? Let me know this thing on. Furthermore, for acknowledgement,
It's interesting that he has like a specific patron tier for like the ability to try to steer his career somewhat.
this
like-
isn't even the highest tier.
That's just, it's like something like that has never worked out for me because
Jesse's smarter than you.
well, that's true. It's also that he's cultivated his audience to be like, the reason he's locked behind so many layers is that he really wants to be able to control who is in his audience, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
I refer you to my previous statement.
well, it is smart, and we do it to an extent, but like my goal has always been and remains to just be, I want to be big enough that I can't totally keep track of it, you know? I want to be like right on the fringe of being able to keep track of it. It just means 20%. But like, because, well, and I like to have other people around me who can help me to keep track of what's going on, you know, and to help police the stuff. But like, I've never considered it to be my job to decide who can and cannot be a fan. I don't even think it's that he's going that far, but just so much as like, you know, I had a huge problem for a long time where I had my own patron Discord, and it only costed $1 to get into. And I had a tendency to listen to the people in my Discord more than anybody else because I thought of them as paying customers. But it tended to be the lowest paying customers who were the loudest, who would talk the most. And like, the people who were giving me a ton of money were like business people with better shit to do who weren't even really watching all my videos, you know? Like, they just liked what I was about and like were basically just like, hey, yeah, more of this should exist, you know? So it ended up being, you know, it came to a point where I eventually deleted that Discord. I got rid of, like, just didn't have a community tied to Patreon. Like, we have a Discord now. It is simply
No,
like,
don't tell anyone. Don't.
I talk about it all the time. It's literally so much effort for the average person to go through 2 steps that we don't really get like trolls all the time.
The person you're talking about has managed to add me on Discord.
Oh, I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about the entirety of. I'm trying to get people on our Discord so they can share gay or pride items with me. Has anybody posted any pride items in the Discord? I haven't looked.
What are pride items?
That's a great fucking question. So Jeremy the Quartering uses AI to write his video titles, and I found this out because they're incomprehensible. Like, they're all 20 words long and they don't make grammatical sense.
Yeah, I've read them.
One of them is like, Walmart stocks new pride items. Pride items enrage moms even more than Target.
Pride.
No, pride
Pride
items.
items.
Pride items. The phrasing was pride items. And I was screamed about, I have a YouTube short about this where I'm just screaming, pride items? Really? Like, who has ever used this phrase? And so I decided that I'm now co-opting the phrase pride items, but it doesn't mean it. I'm not using
Amazon
items.
has pride stuff.
Not even items. They don't even use the phrase items. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What about merchandise?
Target literally
Pride merch.
Target is just pride. All
Yeah.
caps.
There's no context in the universe other than an AI trying to describe what various things that have pride as a theme are, and therefore it came up with pride items. But it doesn't understand that people don't use that phrase that way. Nobody says that, except for me now. And I've decided that items does not refer to physical objects, but conceptual items. You could even call it totems or just anything that's related to pride. I'm collecting it, particularly anime pride. If you have something that's gay and anime, whether it's literally an anime themed music video, a drawing, a gif, a fucking picture, I don't care what it is, I need your pride items. I'm trying to have the craziest, most loud Pride Month this world has ever seen.
Here's a pride item. Landon keeps asking us to review Pokemon designs.
That's true, that is pretty gay.
And he texted me saying, you guys need to review Pokemon designs. It'd be easy money. And it's like, Landon, you're the only person that I've ever heard request this from us. And I know you don't have any money.
Here's how we can do this. You just made me think of how we could make money doing this. So, the reason Landon wants this so badly is that May and I rated every single Pokemon design from the first, 8 generations. Now, I'm sure I don't even agree with most of my ratings because I didn't even know a lot of the Pokemon that well at the time. And quite frankly, I change my mind about this shit constantly. So my ratings basically mean nothing. Landon wants you and I to go back through the entire thing so that he can get your takes, and then
Because I have played Pokemon.
and if he can't get that to happen, he wants just the new gen because he at least wants to hear my takes on the latest gen.
Because you've played the newest gen.
And because which I haven't even. I have not even played.
You picked the starter, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember what they are.
Quaxley, Sprigatito, and Fuecoco.
Oh yeah, I think I picked Sprigatito.
That makes sense. I picked Quaxley.
Yeah, Quaxley rules. They all rule. They're all really good. I love them all because of the anime. But yeah, I never even played the new game, so I wouldn't really have strong feelings about the Pokemon other than purely the designs, which is the point of the series.
About the new game is that so there's 3 different there's 3 different things that you tackle as you're going through the story, but one of the 3 things is the team. It's Team Star, and there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
And I saw a meme the other day, and it's Team Rocket. We've genetically altered a Pokemon that can end the world. And then it's Team Star. We made a Pokemon into a car. Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, they did do that.
That's all they did. Team Star are not bad people. That's kind of the point of the game. The bad guys are the scientists.
So the way that I could imagine us being able to make money doing Pokemon, if we did do just the latest gen, and then we had it so that people could pay to request us to do older, there would have to be something we were going to do as a matter of course, right? Like we will definitely review these designs, but if you want us to review literally any other designs, you have to pay for it. That's the only way it would make sense. I think it would, probably latest gen we would just do straight through. You having played the game, me not having played the game. So we have different perspectives. Because there is a lot of Pokemon that, just seeing them on a screen, if you don't really understand their, the context, then you might not understand why the design can be good.
Oh my god, you can totally see me on stream now.
Hey, nice. I guess just because the fire fell low.
It's kind of based. I like this. This is a...
So all this wood is still usable.
I mean, it's... I don't know. We're still up. Where's the money, though?
Well, I'm thinking if we don't get another super chat in the next couple minutes, I'm gonna start shoveling dirt on
we
this.
haven't finished the last super chat.
Oh, what was
We
it?
have to listen to Pussy.
Oh yeah, we never listened to fucking Pussy Gangsters.
Thank you. I had it pulled up. Come back to me, Pussy Gangsters. I do kind of love this not having a fire pit thing.
I am not sure. It makes the structuring of the fire kind of shit. But
Yeah,
also, there's a lot of leaping flames.
there's always a lot of that. So, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay.
Puss. I want that puss. Put that puss in my mouth. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I want that cannoli. I lick your pussy up like ravioli. I'm Italian, a fat flop Diego. Got a short cock and I'm really fucking gay, bro. I'm a pussy gangster in an overcoat. 16 gins and a cock down my throat. I'm a pedophile, big time smooth criminal. Smooth like the brand new pussy of a little girl. Making you an offer that you can't refuse. Orphans, flat chest, pussy real smooth. Cement shoes for my enemies. I can't move cause I'm huge. Too much spaghetti, too fat to run. But I used to run rum and I still run bum and cunny for money, son. Puss. I'm Don Corleone,
sure the
here
first
to
time I
make
heard this when it
everybody
first
lick
came out, I
my
was like,
bone on
no.
this, the day of my
Like,
daughter's
couldn't
wedding.
finish it
Look
the
how
first
hard my little chode is getting. I'm gonna make all the flower girls
Having the
scream.
Godfather play.
Take him for a ride in my ice cream limousine. Make him drink wine, have a good time. Stuff my Italian sausage in their vagina. Tell the parents you didn't see nothing, and I'll rape you too if you try to do something. Don't bother going to the cops cause I own them. They send me homeless kids and then I bone them. I gotta deal with the chief of police. I keep his family safe and I rape his niece. I eat a lot of pussy and I eat a lot of beef. Big meatballs on my spaghetti cause I'm a beast. Pussy, I'm an evil man. I eat as much pussy as a fat man can. A fat man
Now
eats
he's
the most pussy in the world. Yes, I'm a pedophile, ripping into girls. Nobody can stop me, not even a whole SWAT team. Kingpin, sticking all my fingers in a hot tea. I got a problem, I gotta stop, I wish I could. This rap got darker than I thought it would. We're pussy gangsters. We're the pussy gangsters. We get all the pussy. Cause we're criminals, pedophiles, big evil assholes. Say hello to my little friend. It's skinny and it's veiny and it slightly bends. As my power ascends, my wiener extends, and then I snort cocaine off a boy's rear end, man. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the little boys naked in the shower. I'm Tony Baloney with my buddy Corleone. We're the pussy gangsters, give me some macaroni. Make way for the real kingpin of sleaze. I'm all about the beach fuzz, little girls please. I'm the biggest pussy gangster of all, the fattest, greasiest wop you ever saw. I got the coins and the drugs and the enemies. Everybody wants to know my identity. Living with my brothers, suck each other through a glory hole. Hey, paisanos, everybody do the Mario.
Mario is the last pussy gangster. Fuck. That's pretty incredible. Thank you, Gary, always.
Unbelievable. I don't even think I could write something that makes me I can't even cringecore as well as that. That is the most effective cringecore I've ever heard. Good God. Jesus fucking Christ. My brain. I'm trying hard not to memorize any of those lyrics. Like, just don't remember any of that. Don't let that, no matter how catchy it is, don't let it sink into your brain. Think about Kendrick calling other people pedophiles. Don't think about... Wop, 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 wop. Oh shit, wait, that was the lyrics.
That's the only part I remember. What's that song called again?
Not Like Us?
Yeah, thank you. Well, Certified Lover Boy, that one. That's Not Like Us?
That's
Okay.
Not Like Us.
Yeah, let's do that again.
Alright.
I write this with a...
Or you can play Rainy Fever.
Well, I I don't know, but I've been told uranium ore's worth more than gold. I sold my cad, I bought me a Jeep. I got that bug and I can't sleep. Uranium fever has come and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around. With a Geiger counter in my hand,
I'm going out to stake me some government land.
uranium fever has come and got me down. Well, I had a talk with the AEC and they brought out some maps that looked good to me. And one showed me a spot he said he knowed, so I straddled my Jeep and headed down the road. I reckon I drove about 100 miles down a bumpy road out through the wilds, when all of a sudden I bounced to a stop at the foot of a mountain, didn't have no top. Uranium fever has done and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around. With a Geiger counter in my hand,
I'm going out to stake me some government land.
uranium fever has done and got me down. Well, I took the Geiger and I started to climb right up to the top where I thought I'd find a hunk of rock that'd make it click just like I'd read about Vernon Pick. On the second day, I made the top, and I'm telling you, Steve, I was ready to stop. The only clicking that I heard that day was the bones in my back that had gone astray. Uranium fever has done and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around. With a Geiger counter in my hand,
I'm going out to stake me some government land.
uranium fever has gone and got me down. Well, you pack up your things, you head out again into some unknown spot where nobody's been. You reach the spot where your fortune lies. You find it's been staked by 17 other guys. Well, I ain't kidding, I ain't gonna quit. That bug's done caught me and I've been bit. So with a Geiger counter and a pick in my hand, I'll keep right on staking that government land. Uranium fever has gone and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around. With a Geiger counter in my hand,
I'm going out to stake me some government land.
uranium fever has gone and got me down.
Was this song inspired by Pussycat?
Play the Kill Tony. This song's definitely gonna get copyrighted. But we were doing so well of playing non-copyrighted music for most of the stream. Oh no.
Far away across the oceans, an undiscovered paradise. Forget New York and California, there's a better place, now close your eyes. Take my hand, we are almost there, a favorite place on earth, Massachusetts. Massachusetts, just 4 hours from New York. Getting books for free at the Boston Library. Or try the local free. Massachusetts, it's nothing but my Massachusetts. So many cultures hand in hand in perfect harmony. Welcome to the Massachusetts, land of 1,000 tribes, home of Nelson Mandela, fuck the appetite. Come on, boys of Attleboro, hello, 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 hello. Catholic priests of Haver Hill, Haver Hill, starring dogs of the Suffolk County, local dance group of Penguinville. 5, 6, 7, 8. Everyone. Living side by side in the state of hope and dreams. Massachusetts, I can't believe this place is real. Massachusetts, can't describe the way I feel. I'll live with Stephen, John, Mark and Christopher and Tom, Teddy P and Bruce. Massachusetts, Massachusetts, home of J.F. Kennedy, that tragically was shot. Ooh, just grab a friend and rent a car, drive across the Massachusetts. Just two friends hanging out together, but never crossing the line. Oh, we're just more than friends, just two friends. Go F, go A, go S and O, go C and H and E and I go C, and H and E and I go M and double K, H and A and O, M A double S O C H E I. Massachusetts, it sounded right to me. That's way too many K's. Should be Massachusetts, like the mass in mass produce, but without produce. Massachusetts, that's the state I'm talking about. Massachusetts, yeah, come on, you can see it's a paradise on earth. Yeah, Massachusetts, paradise on earth. Boston City skyline or a picnic in the park, checking out the nightlife, which suddenly it's like another cop. Massachusetts, greatest state of all. That's right. Just because you're kissing a man doesn't make you gay. Confused 1620, the pilgrims came to town. Sometimes I watch the Lion King in a crowd with no price to die. Prudential Tower, City Hall, and a lighthouse by the bay. Who hasn't ever seen a hunk on a bus? I want to sit on your lap. All up to the mothership, this one's on my bucket list. If my name don't get bucket pulled, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. The band is jamming, drinks are slamming, and the vibe is right. Been working on my minute, I'm so in it, tonight's the night. They dim the lights, shit is tight, and now the show opens. I wonder who the guest will be, maybe it's Joe Rogan, no joking. The spot is sauced like Polly's mom's spaghetti. Palms are sweaty, 3 other awful comics bombed already. Slow and steady, the weight is heavy, it's my one shot. So many drunk flops and dumb thoughts took up spots. It's getting close to close, William Montgomery. There's one less bucket pole to go. Fuck, it's me. I'm a real riot, or I'm a real phony. When the crowd goes quiet, it gets a little lonely. If I own the moment, then everyone will know me. But if I blow it, I'm a kill Tony. Everybody here has had that club sandwich, right? But what if that club was other than a country club? Like, let's say that club was the Mile High Club. Would it be a weenie and some buns after smoking some bud? Hey, what's your fucking damage? I'ma take you to the Fight Club. They serve a knuckle sandwich. What if it wasn't a club but a clan? What the fuck you say? It would be white meat on white bread with extra mayo. If it was a comedy club, would it have a funny taste? At an anti-mask rally, would they serve it open-faced? If it was a photography club, what would you say? Cheese? Is anybody in the crowd gonna laugh at any of these? At the book club, you can count on a Monte Cristo. In the 27 club, they'd probably just need a pistol. At a strip club, would you toss your bread up at some breast meat? Or would it be a sloppy Arby's roast beef? Let's see. What? I guess I'm not in the cool kids club. Whatever, I heard they were served Subway Jared sub. Ha, fuck you all, you pussies. Keep on booing, do you really want to push me? I'm hecka offended. Rock my Second Amendment, bear arms. Getting busy, I'll go grizzly. No false alarms. Maybe don't come to work next Monday, Red Band. I'ma kill Tony, you don't know me. You're a dead man. Either I'm a real riot or I'm a real phony. When the crowd goes quiet, it gets a little lonely. If I own the moment, then everyone will know me. But if I blow it, I'ma kill Tony. Kick the door in, crowd roaring, I'm the strangler. I see Tony run off, he go hide behind his regulars. Drop a perk 30 into Hans, screwball whiskey. Leave him kissing some sissy chick dudes all tipsy. Cam is in my face, screaming out gang violence. I hand his ass some pretty rocks and dude stays silent. The big red machine hits the scene in his thong. Luckily, he got distracted by Red Band's mom. Tony sees my shadow, asks, "Is that David Lucas?" Nah, it's me, Tony. Time to face the music. Not a hack comic, I hack comics, let him have it. Head down, one swing, Gallagher sleds him at it. Either I'm a real riot or I'm a real phony. When the crowd goes quiet, it gets a little lonely. If I own the moment, then everyone will know me. But if I blow it, I'ma kill Tony.
I don't think you can write a better Kill Tony song than that.
You know?
It's perfect.
Billy should be on Kill Tony.
Is anybody gonna laugh at any of these? The performance is fucking, like, it really puts me in the room, you know? Like, obviously it wasn't in a room, but, like, the crowd noise and everything is just, like, all perfectly done. It makes me feel like I can see Billy on stage getting pissed off at the crowd, getting, you know, progressively more violent, and then eventually, fuck you, Red Band, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, it's over.
It's fire putting out time.
Hey, everybody, we're gonna put this fucking fire out, and we're gonna go to bed. Ugh. Let's see what we made this stream. $28, that's pretty good. We're sitting in front of a fire. I like it. I'm happy. Now it's time to kill this thing.
Gary always asks, what is the context of that song?
It's about, there's a comedy show called Kill Tony. I highly recommend it. It's Tony Hinchcliffe runs the show. He's a good stand-up comedian, great stand-up comedian. Possibly will eventually be recognized as a legendary stand-up comedian, if not already. But he does this podcast called Kill Tony, where the idea is that everybody in the crowd puts, well, not everybody, but whoever wants to in the crowd puts their name in a hat, and then he pulls names out of the hat. You come up on stage and you do 1 minute of comedy, and then him and his table roast your comedy. So basically you do a minute, and then they spend several minutes basically interrogating the nature of your set. I mean, if you're funny, it just becomes riffing, you know? Like, anybody who's actually good, they're just gonna kind of go back and forth. But most of the people are fucking terrible, and the comedy is in cringing at them and watching them squirm as they are deconstructed and realize just how actually bad they are and how much harder this is than they thought. So it's a really great social, like, what's the word I'm looking for? The genre that Riley's always referring to when he talks about
Engineering.
Yeah, social engineering. It's a good social engineering show. If you just like want to study the way people react and like it's a great way to learn what is going to make people laugh or not. Sometimes it's surprising. Sometimes there are people who you don't even think are funny that the audience fucking loves. But yeah, it's a very entertaining show sometimes. And he has different guests on every single episode. Joe Rogan owns the comedy club that is
The mothership.
that it's held in now, so he sometimes just shows up with whatever guest he's got on his show.
Tucker Carlson.
Like Tucker Carlson recently.
Post Malone.
Or Post Malone. A lot of rappers have been on there. Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia have both been on there. Trying to think of another guest I really like. I mean, obviously, any good comedian when they're on there is hilarious. So I guess I would just say if there's a stand-up that you like, look for an episode. Like, they've probably been a guest on Kill Tony. So if you just find an episode with a stand-up that you're already a fan of, that's probably a good place to start. It's got like fucking 1,500 episodes or some shit. So it's especially funny because the way I first found out about Kill Tony is through Patrick Michael, who is this absolute hack internet podcaster who everyone loves from WATP's universe because he's just like he's just the ultimate podcasting lolcow, like lolcow of just the podcasting universe, because he's like really obsessed with having a podcast or having lots of podcasts.
I'm out of water. Where's the water?
I don't know. There's like a spigot nearby, I think, but I'm not sure where. We have the maps.
We're going.
Okay. But yeah, Patrick Michael was like obsessed with getting on Kill Tony for a while, and then he did. You know, he wasn't very good, but he also wasn't so bad that they were like really mean to him or anything. But it seems like he took it pretty harsh when he like watched it back and realized that he didn't do good. But he's just like a guy who really cannot handle criticism at all, and to an extent that it's actually become entertaining. Like, he's become kind of like a supervillain about it. I don't know. I like Patrick Michael. I think he's a good lolcow. I don't think he wants to be seen that way, but you know, I don't pay him, so he can't complain that he doesn't like people paying him to be a lolcow.
He does now.
He does now?
Well, he has a Patreon. Yeah.
Well, he's always had a Patreon, but he insists that if you're not sincerely enjoying the content, you shouldn't be backing him. Like, he doesn't want fake fans, or he doesn't want, like, ironic listens or whatever. Whereas, like, Stuttering John doesn't give a shit. He's totally, you know, got none of that sense of pride or whatever. What are you holding? What is this? Oh, the nutty butter. I forgot that. Alright, well, stream, that's it. Good night. See y'all tomorrow. We'll probably stream pretty early, and then throughout most of the day, as I am wont to do. Sorry we were so mean. We had alcohol. Bird was in, you have to consider Bird had to sit in traffic for like 3 fucking hours today, so, you know, he was very short fused for bullshit of any sort. I spent all day folding clothes and getting paid, so I feel pretty amazing. Alright, good night, everybody.